Gurungura, Guaradarniki Larakia, Gulumring, Bujiraba, Goimbarongwa. Welcome to Larrakia country. Firstly, I must pay respect to my elders, those present and past. We are on sacred ground. We're on Larrakia country, here in Darwin, across the harbour and the surrounding regions. Larrakia are saltwater people. Our culture, our identity, our sacred sites and places, our laws govern who we are. It guides us, it directs us. Places where I live on Kembe Cox Peninsula, places like Garamaramarajing or Kijiri Kijiri or Milik and many, many more. They dictate our cultural boundaries, but also keep us grounded in who we are as Larrakia. And we are growing as a community and as a nation of Larrakia people. And I'd like to thank everyone who participates in assisting us achieve our goals, not only for our people now and our families, but also for the future. So welcome to Larrakia country, and once again, thank you. Mama.
Hello, Charlie King here from the No More campaign. The campaign asks all Australians to say no more to family violence. The high and unacceptable levels of family violence in Australia are a national shame for all of us, but we can do something about it. We can link arms to symbolically show national unity. We can speak out against family violence, and we can encourage each other to be more respectful in our relationships.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the captains are going to stay in the middle with the coin toss play about to get underway in just a couple of minutes' time with the NTFL women's up against the Glenelg women's. The coin toss this afternoon will be performed by the Honourable Kate Warden, Minister for Sport, and NITV's Natasha Medbury as they make their way out onto the field now.
Maybe there might be. Maybe there might be pumpkins.
Thanks, Nev. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the Cazaly's Australia Day clash between the Northern Territory Football League and Glenelg here on beautiful Larrakia country on a somewhat of a typical Darwin wet season day. My name's Liz Cruz, and joining me in the commentary box today is the dynamic duo of Nick O'Reilly and Stan Coombe.
Ladies and gentlemen, Glenelg have won the toss and they've elected to kick to the Michael Long end for the first quarter.
I was thinking earlier that this morning it was very humid, but that rain's come in and it's shifted in, and it's sort of cooled things down a bit, which would suit Glenelg a bit more. They wouldn't be used to that humidity, would they, Stan?
No, I think they'd be pretty happy that the rain has come. Tell you what, isn't this almost back to the future? This is how NTFL men's representative football started back in 1985, a match up against Glenelg, and it's great for NTFL women's to start their representative careers in the same fashion.
Absolutely, Stan. And how good do they look? I'm a little bit biased in the traditional buffs, NT buffs Guernsey out there, Nico.
Yeah, you'll hear a bit of bias from you, I reckon, today, Cruzy. A lot of your mates, of course. are donning the ochre as the umpire's about to get things underway. We might leave it over to you, Stan, to get things underway. But no, it's going to be a cracker. It's pretty heavy underfoot. We had a lot of rain, but for now, here's Stan Coombe with the opening bounce.
It's Glenelg versus the NTFL Buffettes. Jasmine Hewitt in the ruck and a lovely tap to get things going too. The soccer off the ground gets the footy towards the Buffaloes half-forward line. Hewitt again. Great effort. Solved a little bit of candy there. And then eventually got the kick to go inside 50. It's out in front of Michaela Ward. Nose over the football. Standing in the road. Madison Freeman there for the Bays with the number 2 on. The free kick's been given. And it'll go to Glenelg just inside the defensive 50.
One good thing about those white jumpers today, Nico, it'll be very easy to pick the teams apart.
Absolutely. I'm not really a fan of the yellow numbers on the on the back, but we'll stick it out as we're out right half back. Glenelg trying to bust things out. The umpire says, my ball. Cruzy, I don't know if is the weather going to hang around a bit this afternoon?
Yeah, I think it'll be quite rainy for most of the game. It looks like it's still coming across from Dundee area. If any fishermen out there know Dundee, they'll know where that is. But
Jasmine Hewitt getting that tap down, and they're inside attacking 50 at the drop of a hat. Kick underway is just off the side of the boot. So the kick to the top of the square. Glenelg scrambling, and they've got Shermer. Gets boots a ball, trying to bang it out of there. Bodies flying everywhere. It's a hot contest early here at Marara. The umpire letting this one go a bit. Pops out now. Bit of circling from the umpire and says, my ball.
Certainly let it go a bit too. Look, early on when that pack developed, a really good effort by Rennie Hicks for the NTFL. Really put her body on the line. Glenelg Ruckman probably had the better of that. I reckon there's going to be a lot of football like this today. The ball's going to be down on the ground and players are going to have trouble picking it up, and even if they do pick it up, they won't be able to break away like the Glenelg were unable to do then. That was a gang tackle, 3 or 4 NTFL Buffaloes wrapping their arms around the Glenelg player and preventing them to getting away. Even contest there between Hewitt and her opponent. The ball was dropped soon as the Glenelg player was tackled. 2 Glenelg players around the footy. Chelsea Packer trying to break the tackle. She can't. Attempted kick forward by the Buffs has been smothered. Hewitt's lurking again. She waited for the handball. It didn't come to her. Intercepted by Grace Duffy, who gets the kick away for Glenelg.
So Sam Franson in pursuit over there on the outer wing. Gets ball, gets the kick away. It's a nice one to it. Might work out. Ali Callock with the kick. It's just overcooked it a bit, although pressure coming now from the Glenelg forwards. Heavy contest over there. The umpire's picked a free kick out here, and it's going the way of the Buffs. So the quick kick out to centre wing. We've got Jasmine Hewitt. It's a quick handball away. She might get it back. Ignores that. Goes up to centre half forward. Centre wing, sorry. Nice tackle pressure there coming from Shermer, and the umpire's pinged. Yeah. A free kick holding the ball.
Grace Mulvale there, just under pressure. She won the best on ground in last year's grand final for Southern District, so she's only 17, so she'll be learning a lot out there today from the Glenelg team. Big
future from that young lady as they're away again. The kick up to centre half forward. And it's Ward. Handballs it to herself. Throws it on the right. Top of the square sort of set up. Might work out. Although Jenna Singh couldn't quite pull it in, could she, Stan?
Boundary throw in about 10 metres around from the behind post. Still no score. 3.5 minutes into this representative match. Women's representative football in Darwin. NTFL getting their first crack at it, and listen to the cheers there as one of their players comes on from the interchange, Morgan Johnson. She brought her own cheer squad.
There's actually been a late change. It's not Morgan Johnson. She's pulled out with a finger injury, Stan. So Claudia Fabry has come in with the headwear on.
I'll have to make a note of that as we're back in the action. Quick kick, top of the square sort of set up. Well, Glenelg with the numbers. Nice pressure coming over the back there from Ward. Umpire says, my pill, though. We'll throw it up. No, free kick. Holding the pill. So Michaela Ward will go back and have a set shot, a goal.
Michaela, of course, the sister of Callan Ward, from the GWS Giants, previously Western Bulldogs, and Michaela herself has played VFLW for the Western Bulldogs herself. So plays for the Nightcliff Tigers. We'll have a look at this kick.
As Eliza Morrison comes on the ground. Michaela Ward, the kick is a one that might work. No, through 4A behind. So the first score for the day. Northern Territory Women's just the one behind. Glenelg Women's yet to score.
don't even have to get a kick out here to get a cheer. All you have to do is be off the ground and run on.
I can't wait to get down to the canteen at half time, see if I get that sort of clap stand.
I think it's dependent on what colour your jumper is too.
That's right.
Nice mark taken from the kick in by Jessica Bates for Glenelg. Deep in the back pocket, grandstand side of the ground. Couldn't get elevation on the kick, and it was well intercepted by Tabitha May. Too far out to score, you'd think, right on the 50-metre line. Puts it towards the top of the square. Good defence there by the Bays, and Jessica Bates again, her second possession in a matter of minutes. Short pass only went to the top of the goal square. Mira Gervin was there, gave the handball off to her teammate Early Shermer, but her kick has been intercepted on that attacking 50. The Buffs will go forward again.
So it's Rhiannon Bush, the kick up to the top of the square. Ward from behind, can't quite just pull that one in. And Glenelg looking to clear here. This one might go over the boundary. Yes, it will. And we'll have, free kick.
Well, speaking of captains, Nick Rhiannon Bush is the captain for the Northern Territory today, while for Glenelg, Ali Callock is the captain and Chelsea Packer is a vice-captain.
There you go. You heard it here first, thanks to Liz Cruz. Ward on a lead. She's off to a good start, Stan.
Yeah, probably been the main one up in the forward line, and Bates the main one back there for Glenelg at the moment.
Absolutely. Good kick that was too. Not quite pulled in. Some spinning pirouette sort of action from Adi Chittick. Quick kick comes out. Morrison cops a high one. Umpire says play on. Plenty of pressure around this pill. So it just comes out. Here's May. Well done. Spins out of trouble. Gets a handball over the top. Build up here from May. Good follow up too from that young lady. The kick to Hewitt. She can't quite drag it in. And we might see a repeat of previous efforts. Nice big rugby union sort of vibe. Stan?
I think we're going to see a fair bit of that. The wet conditions out there make it pretty hard to produce any sort of clear running football. Ball up, 45 metres out from the Buffs' goal. Oh, good pressure put on the ruckman. Some good tackling now by the Bays. Once again, one of these packs developing. Ellen Tominski there for Glenelg. Got the handball out to Chelsea Packer, and Packer kicks up towards the half-back flank. It's clean bowled, everyone. Some good body work there by Isabella Rapson. Just put her opponent off the footy. That gave the opportunity for her teammate Molly Cooper to get a kick away towards half-forward. That's been gathered for Glenelg by Chelsea Packer. Kick back into the centre square. Sam Franson was there, couldn't handle the wet football. Little handball comes out in favour of the Buffs. They slap it further forward. Oh, good tackling. And now a charge. Is that Rhiannon Bush?
Yeah,
She's got the kick forward, deep into the forward pocket. And a roll out of bounds for a boundary throw in about 5 metres around from the post. But that was good play by the Buffs.
Yeah, the tackle there by Jazz Hewitt. You know, obviously all of us up here in the NT know about Jazz, but she was on the Gold Coast Suns list last year in 2020 and was on the Adelaide Crows AFLW list as well. She's just super athletic, and you'll mention her name about 10 times a quarter today, I think, Stan.
Absolutely. Here she is now. She gets a tap out the back. Not a lot doing, though, at ground level. Handball gets fired out now, off the deck. Here's Eliza Morrison, throws it on the left. Quick kick around the corner. Glenelg under all sorts of pressure here. Just a rush kick out. Might work out for them. Good pressure coming over the back. But it's Morris with that clearing kick. They just can't quite get it past the centre wing. Can the Tigers?
Well, no one's got the ball there. All wrestling each other.
Bit of stand-up comedy over the side going there. As we back on centre wing now. Oldhouse gets a handball out. A bit of high action going on. Umpire putting the whistle away, which I don't mind. Circling, not a lot happening. And umpire will ball this one up. I'll tell you what, Eliza Morrison's come on the ground. She's had an instant impact, I reckon. Of course, the founder of Wobbly Legs Wednesday Cruisy, which we attend.
We do love getting up at 6 a.m. on a Wednesday to go for a run with Eliza. She was a strength and conditioning coach for NT Thunder men's and women's. So also worked at the Geelong Cats when she lived in Victoria. So she's very fit herself, but also a good footballer.
Well, I like her then because I love my Cats. Jasmine Hewitt did some good play there. Got the footy to Amy Chittick. It's now on the attacking 50 for the Buffs. Now just inside 50, knocked a little bit further forward. This Glenelg defence under a fair bit of pressure. Quick kick out of that defensive 50 now towards centre back. Gee, some good footy, Tess Andrews. But then she ran into a tackle, and it might have been your young lady, Eliza Morrison again.
It was.
There she is.
She's a little weapon. Old Liza Morrison. She's weighing up her options. I love her kicking action too. It's it up to the top. Oh, look at this. The old Joe the Goose over the top. Ward drills the first one for the Northern Territory Buffalo Women's. They push the lead out to 117. Glenelg are yet to score.
Absolutely fantastic by Michaela Ward there. As I said, sister of Callan Ward, but she certainly holds her own in the women's football competition. Had experience for the Western Bulldogs, plays for the Nightcliff Tigers. She came up last season, loved it so much, even though she sustained a collarbone injury, that she moved back up here. She's a school teacher and really embracing the Territory lifestyle, Stan.
Well, deserved the goal too. She's been the go-to lady up in that forward line. She's had her hands on the footy several times. And just reward for her efforts. First goal on the board, NTFL 117. Glenelg 0.
Yet to score.
0-0.
Just at the 10.5 minute mark of the first quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. You're watching on NITV.
Molly Althouse has gone into the ruck for the NTFL and had an impact immediately.
Only 18, young Molly. She goes to boarding school in South Australia, so she'd know a few of these Glenelg players.
Well, if you have a look at her website, she might be the last lady named on their women's squad. So this could be a big game for her. This could get her games of senior footy. Jasmine Hewitt with a quick kick forward. She's been prominent already. Oh, that was a nice gather. The handball goes over towards Jenna Singh. She couldn't get the kick away. She's going to end up with a free kick.
Yeah, she copped a high one. She wore it too. She got straight back up. And we'll have a set shot on the 45 from about 35 metres out.
Well, Jenna, we actually call her Aggie up here in Darwin. She's got a huge kick, so let's see what she does with this one.
We'll sing not on song with that one at to the top of the square.
You're on fire.
I'll leave the stand up to you, Stan, as there's a bit of pressure in the deep attacking 50 for Nightcliff, for Glenelg. I see those Tigers colours.
It must be hard just to look at that jumper for you that watch Nightcliff all the time.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit confusing. As they're almost away. Tess Andrews tries to get that kick away for Glenelg and goes over the boundary, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, lovely smother there by Northern Territory. We're almost at the 12-minute mark, and I don't think the ball's been past the centre circle yet. Back down the other end, Stan.
If they've got it inside the attacking 50 Glenelg, it was briefly and it came straight back out anyway. Whistle went just as Tess Andrews was about to run out with a footy for Glenelg, and she's not going to get that opportunity. The free kick is going to go to Katie Stretter, is it?
Katie Stretter.
Like Streds, yep. Number 10 today. She's just come back from a broken arm, plays for Pints, who are currently leading the NTFL competition this season, undefeated.
Right into the goal square. Glenelg had plenty of defenders back there. There's also plenty of forwards around for the NT Buffs. It's a matter of just getting clear hands on the footy here. Eventually it's Glenelg that do, but Lucy Earl's kick was under a fair bit of pressure. Nice effort by Madison Freeman out near the boundary line. Couldn't take the footy for it. Gee, it's been kicked back into a dangerous spot. Ward's lurking there for NTFL. That was courage. She stayed down too. I reckon she got collected by a knee. And eventually Glenelg will clear it out to half back.
Looks like Michaela's getting up off the ball. She's sort of coming to her senses now. The quick kick going inside from Crawford. A nice kick too. And finds Bella Clark. So Bella Clark just weighing up her options. She's got Michaela Ward on. She heads in that direction. And there she goes. It's good indication that she's back, Cruzy.
Yes, Michaela Ward's back. She did get hit hard, but she's a pretty tough cookie. And what great composure by Bella Clark there just to get that ball into her.
Absolutely. She's BOG so far today.
I would think so, and she probably should have been having a shot for goal from here anyway. It was around about here where she got collected high.
Absolutely. Kick underway from that lady. Just gets over the top. Umpire says all clear. She gets a second.
2 goals to Michaela Ward in the first 14 minutes of the game, and she's going to run straight to the bench. But what a gutsy effort, Stan, to get up from injury, take that mark and go back and convert.
Yeah, fantastic. She certainly copped it hard and copped it high. And I look, you could be forgiven for staying down on that occasion. We've just got the replay coming up here, and you mentioned the composure of Bella Clark. I think some evidence here. Just had a little bit of a look. Oh, there's a pretty handy target out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bella's only about 19 herself. She's from Southern Districts Football Club, played in the Premiership last season, and her family are stalwarts out there at Crocs at Fred's Pass, and she's just had a great junior footy career and following it up with a good senior career so far. Back
in the middle, Jasmine Hewitt winning that down again. She's been dominant so far in the ruck for NT. The ball comes out to half forward. Glenelg looking to clear it again. Our free kick's been picked out, and it's going the way of Glenelg. So they'll look to reboot from left half back. Has a few options on, and something down the middle ignores that. And clean bowls everyone. Jasmine Hewen in pursuit there over there. Does well, wins the ball back, tries to paddle it out. Umpire says play on. And that one's locked in, and we'll have a ball up.
One thing to remember today is that the NTFL girls are in the middle of their season, whereas the Glenelg, they don't start till March 28th, so it's still pre-season for them. So this will be a good hit out for them.
Anya Bunkovic in the ruck there for Glenelg. I think Hewitt might have had the better of the contest, and then Hewitt down at ground level slips a little handball out in front of Tabitha May. May bounced off a couple of players. The ball ended up with Eliza Morrison, who tried to hand it over to a teammate. Now eventually clean possession here. Tabitha May in the action once again, but good tackling by Sam Franson. She's going to be rewarded for that and get a free kick for Glenelg right in the centre of the ground. This is a chance to send them further forward than they've been all game.
Wearing the number 1 Guernsey is Sam Franson.
Accomplished player too, runner-up in their best and fairest last year.
Absolutely.
Rhiannon Bush with a nice handball over the top, just doesn't quite find Iacono. The tune of Gemma. And kick it, at half back now for NT. Fires a handball out, Morrison there. 2-on-1. Oof. And this one looks like it's getting wrapped up again, and we'll have another ball up.
Letitia Jeffrey getting off the bottom of the pack there for the NT. Of course, a very accomplished player, but the daughter of Russell Jeffrey, a territory legend. So quarter time here at TIO Stadium. It's the NTFL 2-1-13 leading Glenelg. Yet to score. We'll be back after a short break.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Head on in to Cazaly's Palmerston Club. Business meetings, coffee breaks, or just unwinding, Cazaly's has you covered. It's the perfect spot for a catch-up with friends, with stylish function areas suitable for any occasion. Sensational meals. Our family-friendly bistro has plenty of delicious options. All the latest machines in our modern gaming room. Get around the pool tables and prove your skills. Fancy a flutter? We've got full betting facilities available. Cazaly's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Hello, Charlie King here from the No More campaign. The campaign asks all Australians to say no more to family violence. The high and unacceptable levels of family violence in Australia are a national shame for all of us, but we can do something about it. We can link arms to symbolically show national unity. We can speak out against family violence, and we can encourage each other to be more respectful in our relationships.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Head on in to Cazaly's Palmerston Club. Business meetings, coffee breaks, or just unwinding, Cazaly's has you covered. It's the perfect spot for a catch-up with friends, with stylish function areas suitable for any occasion. Sensational meals. Our family-friendly bistro has plenty of delicious options. All the latest machines in our modern gaming room. Get around the pool tables and prove your skills. Fancy a flutter? We've got full betting facilities available. Cazaly's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Well, it's quarter time here at TIO Stadium, and the NTFL women's off to a great start, 2-1-13. So far leaving Glenelg scoreless. Don't forget, coming up at 6:30 tonight is the NTFL men's game versus the Glenelg Tigers men's team. That's at 6:30 tonight here at TIO Stadium. But play about to get underway in the second quarter of the women's game in just a few moments' time. And it's the NTFL women's with the early lead, 2-1-13. Glenelg scoreless.
Well, welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the Cazaly's Australia Day clash between the Northern Territory Football League and Glenelg. It's quarter time here and the score is Northern Territory Football League 2-1-13 leading Glenelg yet to score. It was a pretty fast quarter despite the rain. Stan, how did you see it? Who were in best players for Glenelg?
Look, Glenelg was pretty hard. Most of the action was down in their back line, so you're probably looking at defenders. Jessica Bates, I think I mentioned during the call, had plenty of kicks. Ellie Shermer was doing well, but also suspect a few of the others that might have bobbed up, like Sam Franson, Madison Freeman, and maybe Ellie Kellogg. I reckon they were probably starting in the midfield, but had no choice if they wanted to get their hands on the footy to get back inside that defensive 50. So all the good work was done back there. It had to be.
And Nico, obviously NTFL, really consolidated on the scoreboard. Who did you see in the best for the first quarter?
Yeah, they did. Michaela Ward's best on ground for mine. I reckon she'll be best on ground later on at Wisdom's as well, Cruzy. But I do think Eliza Morrison come on and made quite the impact, and young Tabitha May also has been really clean in these wet conditions and really got that ball deep inside. Attacking 50, and then of course the ruckman, the Jasmine Hewitt, has been absolutely dominating. And I think that AFLW experience, Cruzy, is really starting to show.
Absolutely, and the NT girls wanting to perform on the big stage in front of a home crowd. I'm sure they're all up and about for the game as we get started for the second quarter, Stan.
So Hewitt in the ruck again, and probably had the bearer of the tap. Not badly directed either, too, down towards Dominique Carboni. She couldn't extract herself out of the centre because a big pack of players swarmed around her. Now Chelsea Packer will go for it. In fact, it was Piper Window that kicked it forward out to the half-forward flank. Chelsea Packer is lurking around this contest. The handball came in her direction. She's left it for Window. So the window was open. Close to the boundary line over there on the forward line. We might get a ball up 55 metres out.
I tell you what, Stan, I'm really enjoying your dad joke humour.
Well, Piper Window, she's actually got a territory connection, the Glenelg player. She's the great niece of Darryl Window from Wanderers Football Club.
There you go.
NTFL administration legend up here.
You heard it here first. There's not a lot that Cruzy doesn't know. She'll let us know throughout that coverage.
And I wouldn't mind chiming in there if we're going to have a ball up, because I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now if it wasn't for the mentoring of Darryl Window.
There you go. Well, Darryl Window, I've got about 40 years experience up here and is absolutely passionate about women's football in the Northern Territory. He loves it.
Does he? That's right. Good on him. He'll be watching at home or maybe in the bar next door. Who would know? As there's a free kick popped down that's right back pocket for the Buffs. Eliza Morrison. She's having an absolute rip snorter. Early here on in the piece, she finds Carbone.
Wow.
She's done well. She's done the old 1-2 here. Lizzie, she's a workhorse.
She loves to rack up those possessions.
It's all that wobbly leg Wednesday content that she does. She's got a huge motor. Is out on the outer wing now.
Just watching the Glenelg bench, there's a player going off for a break. That's number 10, Grace Duffy, going up the race with the trainer. I think she's just going to get a small injury tended to.
This is a better build-up from Glenelg up to half-forward now, but it looks like it's going to get chopped off again. At the half-forward for them. Body's flying around. Ball pops out now. It's Chittick. So back up to half-forward now for Glenelg. This is good. Better build-up. Although, again, it's getting chopped off. Jeffries goes down. And they'll look to reload from half-back.
Eliza Shannon got the kick away in towards the centre. She was looking for Hewitt. Hewitt bumped off the footy. Lisa Roberts goes in, tried to get the handball back to Hewitt. Good pressure here by Glenelg. Good tackling, and they're going to be rewarded for that, holding the ball the decision. And they'll get it right in the middle of TIO Stadium. Player out there might be Madison Freeman, I think, with the footy in her hands. No, in fact, it's Jessica Bates again. And we gave her a mention at quarter time. The kick cleared the pack, fell to the back of it. Oh, fresh air shot there as Eliza Shannon tried to get boot the ball. She has a second crack at it and gets the kick away now out towards the wing. They all went tumbling down all over the place like 10 pins. Staying on their feet, Tamsin Morris. Kick towards Letitia Jeffrey. She couldn't take the mark. Still managed to get a little handball away as the tackle came. Now a chance for Madison Freeman to pick up for Glenelg. Best and fairest winner last year. The handball's gone astray, straight to Dominic Carbone. Carbone, a little left foot dribbler, gets it up to the half-forward flank, some heavy body work. Just as Madison Freeman gets a kick away, I think the umpire's going to blow the whistle on that body work. It looks like a free kick to Glenelg.
Bit of frustration there from young Carbone.
Yeah, I saw a photo of Dom down at Hawthorn this week, actually, training. I saw that on Instagram, I think it was, with Ashanti Bush from the Northern Territory Football League as well.
This is a famous name at Glenelg, this one, Chig Whitten.
Yes, very famous.
Former captain of the men's side. There's got to be a family connection there, I would think. Here's Jessica Bates again, one of their best. She can't control the footy. It goes over the boundary line for a boundary throw in centre wing, grandstand side.
There's a great crowd here today, as you can see on screen, and also there'll be a lot of people interested in this game down in South Australia in Glenelg, so big hello to everyone that's watching on the NITV broadcast.
So ball thrown back in, right in front of the commentary box. Morrison there goes without it. Bush with a nice tackle. Ball locked in again, and we'll do it. We'll have another stoppage, have a ball up.
And the good news for Glenelg fans is that Grace Duffy's back on the bench. She's got her hand wrapped up, so she looks ready and raring to go again. Jasmine
Hewitt with the tap down, but it's only as far as Bates. Quick kick. She's been pretty busy, Bates. I like the look of her. To right half forward now for Glenelg. Fires a handball out. Here's Shappins. Kick inside attacking 50. She's going to get it back.
Oh, Eliza Shannon, beautiful. What great pressure. Eliza's the only player from St Mary's today, a team that's sitting second on the ladder in the NTFL. So, she's flying the flag there for the green and gold and having a great second quarter.
Kick goes up towards the half-back flank. Spilt to the ground after the marking contest. Hewitt lurking around it, bumped off it, and the umpire will call for a ball up. We're about 60, 65 out from the Glenelg goal. They've done a lot more attacking in this second term. They hardly got a sniff at inside 50 in the first quarter, but the footy's probably spent most of the time in their forward half. The whistle's gone. Umpires call it a throw. Free kick will end up in the hands of the NT Buffaloes.
It's Eliza Morrison again.
She's had about 3 or 4 kicks already this quarter.
She's quite busy. As Roberts, quick kick on the left, up to centre wing. And it's all Glenelg there. Eliza Morrison.
Have another one.
Cops the old Falcon to the face, but it doesn't bother Eliza. She gets a kick up centre wing, and they're away here now through Gooden. Kick up to half forward. NT with the numbers here. Hewitt's handball was smothered. And Glenelg looking to clear it. Quick kick coming out of the pack, and that's a nice one, although drop mark there by Franson. Good follow-up tackle from her. Old House sells a bit of candy, if you don't mind, around the corner. Hewitt again. She's had an extraordinary game so far. Here's Molly. Look at that for a pick-up.
To some of the skills she's just displayed in the last couple of passages.
I love watching Molly Althouse. She's a player that looks like she's got all the time in the world and just beautiful skills.
Great skills. Selling candy, one-handed pickups in the wet. Now the kick was a nice one too, inside 50. Glenelg soccer it out towards the defensive 50-metre line. That might be a push in the back. The umpire right onto that. The free kick will go to the Buffs and be taken by Gemma Iacono.
Yeah, Gemma, Darwin Buffalo's a player. She's a very highly skilled player. She gets that ball in there, but the mark's gone down, Nico.
It wasn't a bad kick, just fell short of the mark.
Pretty hard to take marks in this weather.
Certainly is a attempted shot in towards goal. Again, it might be Michaela Ward out there, but some good pressure from Glenelg in defence. They'll hold it up right in that back pocket. Lurking around there, Alice Bradley. They've tried to link up with hands. It's pretty difficult in these conditions. And look, as a result, the ball's gone astray after the second handball. Now leading in the race for it is Jenna Singh for the Buffs. She can't pick it up. She might receive it back. No, Letitia Jeffrey does. Quickly slams it onto the boot. It's only about 20 metres out from the NTFL goal. Sock it over towards Katie Streeter. In towards the top of the goal square. There's Ward again. And that's stopped right on the goal post.
I think it hit the post.
Clear.
Yeah, no, it's hit the post.
Just hit the post.
Just.
We'll take the point. Gee, they might have had to get the micrometer out for that one. I reckon.
I reckon, and you'll get a really good look at home at
on the replay.
How wet it is out there.
Well, nearly 7-minute mark of the second quarter. It's NT Buffaloes 2-2-14 leading Glenelg yet to score.
So up at half back now. Glenelg trying to work it out. I'd want to get on the board pretty soon. Umpire circling, and we'll have a ball up.
You wonder if maybe they missed their chance. They had it up in that forward line for 5 minutes.
Yeah, they did. It looked like they had it locked in there for a few minutes too, and you thought the pressure was building, but NT good enough to get it out as Oldhouse feeds a handball out. Beautiful, clean work from her, Singh. And now Glenelg looking to get it out of there. Shermer. And it was Gervin. And I think quick kick around the corner is just through for a behind.
It might have been Iacono having the snapper goal there. Again, some influence from Molly Althouse.
Yeah, Molly, she's, like I said, 18. I think she played in those 3 consecutive Darwin Buffaloes under-18s premierships, Nick, coached by her mum, Nat. And not only is she a great player, she's one of the funniest people I know. So wicked sense of humour. She should be up here in the box with you two fellas today.
She's playing too well. I think the NTFL would rather have her out there. Glenelg towards centre half back. Chelsea Packer over the footy, through the arms out. Letitia Jeffrey gathers, kicks inside 50. It was a lovely low trajectory pass. She's hit Jasmine Hewitt on the chest. Hewitt plays on quickly towards the top of the goal square. Ward had good hands on it, couldn't hold on to it. Jeffrey goes back in, can't take it. Now Ward there again. Little handball taken by Singh. Good pressure here though by the Glenelg defence. That was promising for the NTFL. But some grit and determination by Glenelg has stopped the scoring opportunity. And again, the tackle laid on Claudia Fabry stops her from running in towards an open goal. Another effort here from Fabry. Little kick around the corner, gathered and kicked in towards goal. Would have been Letitia Jeffrey getting to the top of the goal square. Good handball, comes out. Jasmine Hewitt just bumped off the kick, and that's gone right to the goal line as well. We need the cameras down in the Michael Long Learning Centre. Here's another shot.
Look at that.
Is that Letitia Jeffrey?
Over the head.
No, number 3. Lauren Gooden.
Yeah, Lauren Gooden from the Nightcliff Tigers. She actually played for St Mary's until last season and made the cross over to the Tigers, and she's been outstanding in the NTFL competition this year. So just 9.5-minute mark of the second quarter. It's the Northern Territory 3-3-21 leading Glenelg get to score, Nico.
She might have had a couple of touches in that passage of play. I might have called her Letitia Jeffrey twice, but the goal was a good one by Gooden.
Yeah, absolutely. Good one by Gooden. I don't mind that, Stan. Jeez, you're living up to the hype of the dad jokes. I'm actually really frothing it, actually.
Well, just looking down the ground, you've got the NT men's team standing out the front of the Michael Long Learning and Leadership Centre watching, and the Glenelg Bays are down on the interchange bench watching this game. And interesting that the Glenelg team have got 2 Territorians in Marlon Motlop and Neil Vivi playing today, Nico.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see. They'll be, I don't know.
Wonder who they're going for.
In 2 worlds. As the kick comes up to half forward, looking for Cusack. She kicks it out in front of herself. Picks it up now, nice and clean below the knees. So the ball fires out now. Glenelg looking to only finds Oldhouse though. She fires out the handball. And it's a good kick inside attacking 50. Hewitt just goes to ground at the last moment. Some good pressure here coming in, but we'll have a ball up, Stan.
About 35 metres out from the NTFL goal. Glenelg did all the attacking in the first 5 minutes of this term, but since then, the Buffettes are able to do exactly what they did. Well, I probably shouldn't call them Buffettes, should I? Maybe Buffaloes, because there is Buffettes already, Darwin. They did all the attacking in the first quarter, and since that little flurry by Glenelg, it's been all the NTFL since. Ball's on there attacking 50. They're taking it towards the line. Millie Gentle knocks it over, and we'll get a boundary throw in just outside 50.
Cruzy, put your coaching hat on. What the heck did Glenelg need to do to get a goal?
They need to get it, obviously, through the centre. You know, it's obviously not working for them now, but like I said, it's pre-season for them, and the coach might be just trying to work a few things out. They're on the home turf of the Territory girls who probably know each other really well, but, you know, I don't know if Glenelg have had a few girls come in the off-season, and this is just a really good hit out for them to get some teamwork going.
Geez, I'll tell you what, Eliza Morrison comes on the field, and she gets another Well, everyone's
Another
revving
cheer.
her up.
She's pretty popular around Darwin, as we see a very good mark there taken by Chelsea Packer for Glenelg, who's their vice-captain.
So Packer just can't quite find Callock. Away through Rhiannon Bush. This is the NT. Quick kick in there from Lisa Roberts inside attacking 50. It's a dangerous run. Ward goes to ground. Glenelg trying to get numbers around the pill. Ball pops out. Left half back now here for Glenelg. And it's Iacono. Gets a handball away to Roberts. Roberts inside attacking 50. It's a good kick.
Lisa Roberts is the Cameron Islet, the female version of Cameron Islet in the NTFL. Nick,
Bella Clark kick to the top of the square.
what hasn't she done? She's achieved everything.
This gets shoved out of the way. And this one's getting turned over through Morgan Johnson. Lowers the eyes. Finds something that she likes.
Claudia Fabry there, Nico.
Sorry.
You had the change.
I'll have to make a note of that. I did hear you say it early, Cruzy.
Have a big night last night, Nick.
No, don't know what you're talking about. A bit of pressure coming around the ball, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Quiet night studying our notes for today's game. Look, it's fantastic today. The atmosphere is great. Even though there's rain here, there's a huge crowd of both NT and South Australian supporters. Always had strong links to South Australia, has the Northern Territory, so it's just wonderful to be here.
Might have a few visitors up from Catherine and Alice Springs as well to watch that game that was played before this one.
Yeah, and wasn't that fantastic to see the Big Rivers team and the Red Tails from Central Australia? And of course, in that game, it was the Red Tails 12-18-90 who defeated Big Rivers 5-10-40, Stan.
Let's have more of it. There's Old House. Good golly, Miss Molly. I think she's becoming my favourite player, the kick inside 50.
So do I, Stan. I reckon she is as well.
It was about 40 metres out from the NTFL goal. Gee, that was some good play out of defence here by Glenelg. Player swooped on the wet ball and got a nice slick handball out. A little bit of a fumble there by Rhiannon Bush, but she's good enough to go back and make up for that. Put her kick out wide, and she's given the run of the footy to Gemma Iacono. It's had a fair bit of it since coming onto the ground. Very
experienced player, Gemma Iacono, and she would have played with a lot of these girls through the NT Thunder program. So even though they're all on opposition teams, they get along pretty well.
Lisa Roberts with a kick up to half forward. It was a good one. The kick's coming back inside attacking 50 though. Clean bowls a few players. Bit of pressure here for Glenelg. Try and clear it. They do have numbers. They should be right, although a bit of a stinker of a handball in the end. Put the teammate under pressure. NT Women's looking to fire this one out.
Oh, good tackle.
So Morrison again. Roberts. She's gotten busier this quarter. Old House just goes with the one juke, if you don't mind. And she's been pinged for holding the ball.
Good effort there by Glenelg. Looked like they were under the pump again, but now able to clear up towards the wing. Few around it, Bus, but the pressure's coming, and that's called holding the ball. Player tried to get the kick away, but unsuccessful in doing so. And I think Sam Franson it was who got the free kick for Glenelg. Towards centre half forward with it. Footy probably in between centre and centre half forward. As I speak, little kick goes forward for the NTFL, and it's taken by Grace Mulverhill right on the centre circle. Kick went out wide, not too sure who she was looking for out there. Great body work, Tabitha May. Bumped the opponent off the footy. She'll go back and apply a tackle as well. And eventually a decision will be made by the umpire out there. He's indicating holding the ball, and the free kick's going to go to the NTFL. And I think Lisa Roberts to take it. And she's brought her own footy out there in this second term.
She sure has, as Lisa Roberts gets that kick up to half forward, comes back to centre wing. Glenelg looking to really get a bit of pressure on the scoreboard. Just can't quite get it up inside their attacking 50 though. Umpire circling, ball pops out. Handball goes backwards. Here's Oldhouse again. Been influential really. Molly. It's a handball away. So they're away now on the centre wing through Rapson. And that one's just dribbling over the line. And Glenelg will receive the free kick.
The last touch rule. Well, Lisa Roberts, for those who don't know at home, she's a 6 or 7 time premiership player for Waratah and captain NT Thunder, and has won numerous league medals. So it's half time here at TIO Stadium in Darwin in the Cazaly's Australia Day clash between Northern Territory and Glenelg. It's all NT so far. 3-3-21 leading Glenelg, yet to score. We'll be back after half time.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Head on in to Cazaly's Palmerston Club. Business meetings, coffee breaks, or just unwinding, Cazaly's has you covered. It's the perfect spot for a catch-up with friends, with stylish function areas suitable for any occasion. Sensational meals. Our family-friendly bistro has plenty of delicious options. All the latest machines in our modern gaming room. Get around the pool tables and prove your skills. Fancy a flutter? We've got full betting facilities available. Cazaly's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Hello, Charlie King here from the No More campaign. The campaign asks all Australians to say no more to family violence. The high and unacceptable levels of family violence in Australia are a national shame for all of us, but we can do something about it. We can link arms to symbolically show national unity. We can speak out against family violence, and we can encourage each other to be more respectful in our relationships.
Love exploring the Territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Head on in to Cazaly's Palmerston Club. Business meetings, coffee breaks, or just unwinding, Cazaly's has you covered. It's the perfect spot for a catch-up with friends, with stylish function areas suitable for any occasion. Sensational meals. Our family-friendly bistro has plenty of delicious options. All the latest machines in our modern gaming room. Get around the pool tables and prove your skills. Fancy a flutter? We've got full betting facilities available. Cazaly's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
The time to kickstart your business is now. Get your message across with the experienced local TV production team at Kick Digital. Cost effective, rapid turnaround, exceptional service. Kick Digital, television production, energised.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Head on in to Cazaly's Palmerston Club. Business meetings, coffee breaks, or just unwinding, Cazaly's has you covered. It's the perfect spot for a catch-up with friends, with stylish function areas suitable for any occasion. Sensational meals. Our family-friendly bistro has plenty of delicious options. All the latest machines in our modern gaming room. Get around the pool tables and prove your skills. Fancy a flutter? We've got full betting facilities available. Cazaly's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is half-time here at TIO Stadium, and the NTFL women's dominance continues. They are 3-3-21, leaving Glenelg 0-0 still yet to score. Don't forget, plenty of footy action coming up here tonight at TIO Stadium at 6:30. It is the NTFL men's side taking on the Glenelg Men's Premier League. That's at 6:30 tonight here at TIO Stadium. A little bit earlier this afternoon, the Red Tails defeated the Big River Football League 12-18-90 to 5-10-40. No.
Hey, that's better.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. He's braving the rain, but would you please put your hands together for our halftime entertainment? It's Jackson DeSantis.
How we going? Oh, can't you see that it's just raining? There ain't no need to go outside. But baby, I hardly even notice when I try to show you the song is meant to keep you from doing what you're supposed to. Waking up too early, maybe we could sleep. Make your banana pancakes, pretend like it's the weekend now. We can pretend it all the time. Can't you see that it's just raining? There ain't no need to go outside. But just maybe like an ukulele, mama made it, baby. Really don't mind the practice, cause you're my little lady. Lady, love me, cause I love to lay here lazy. We could close the curtains, pretend like there's no world outside. We can pretend it all the time. Can't you see that it's just raining? There ain't no need to go outside. Ain't no need, ain't no need. Can't you see, can't you see? Rain all day and I don't mind. But the telephone is singing, ringing, it's too early, don't pick it up. We don't need to, we got everything we need right here, and everything we need is enough. Just so easy when the whole world fits inside of your arms. Do really need to pay attention to the alarm. Wake up slow. Wake up slow. Baby, I hardly even notice when I try to show you the song is meant to keep you from doing what you're supposed to. Waking up too early, maybe we could sleep. Make your banana pancakes, pretend like it's the weekend now. We can pretend it all the time. Can't you see that it's just raining? There ain't no need to go outside. Ain't no need, ain't no need. Rain all day and I really don't mind. Can't you see, can't you see? You gotta wake up slow. Cool. Cheers. What a great time to be playing an instrument on TIO Stadium. I love it. I was left to my own devices. Many days fell away with nothing to show, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Grey clouds rolling over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, Does it almost feel like nothing changes at all? But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? We were caught up and lost in all of our vices. In your pose as the dust surrounding us, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Grey clouds rolling over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changes at all? But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? Go Northern Territory! Oh, where do we begin? The rubble or our sins? Oh, where do we begin? The rubble or our sins? And the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Grey clouds rolling over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changes at all? But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? Close your eyes. Does it almost feel like you've been here before?
Cool. Okay, see you. Bye.
Jackson DeSantis, everybody in the rain. Depending what the weather's like, he might be back at half-time in the men's game. We'll let you know. Half-time here at TIO Stadium, though, with the NTFL women's up against the Glenelg women's Tigers. The NTFL with the lead at half-time, 3-3-21, leaving Glenelg scoreless. The second half to get underway very soon.
You face a second half. Second half.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin today for the Cazaly's Australia Day clash between the NTFL and Glenelg. Liz Crew, Stan Coombe and Nick O'Reilly in the commentary box. It's all Northern Territory in the first half, 3-3-21 to Glenelg. Yet to score. Nico, how have you seen the first half?
Yeah, it was a good, strong first half from the NT ladies. They are, of course, Jasmine Hewitt leading from the front, Eliza Morrison coming on in that first quarter and having a big impact. And, of course, Michaela Ward up forward. She's dobbed a couple of those 3 goals. But we're about to get the second half underway, and here's Stan Coombs.
Anja Bankovic to do the ruck work against Jasmine Hewitt. Great first half from Hewitt and a great start to the second half too. Got hands on that. It's been crumbed by Tessa Cone. She got it over to Jessica Bates, who's probably been Glenelg's best, I would say. Up towards the attacking 50, another quick kick forward by Melinda Speechley. Out towards the boundary line, and now the race is on. About 50 out from the Glenelg goal, and it might have gone over the line. I believe it has. We'll have a boundary throw in about 51 metres out, but that's a better start to the second half for Glenelg. The footy has spent most of the time inside their defensive 50 in this game.
Yeah, and you mentioned Jess Bates. She's just so powerful and with a great kick. Her local club is Smosh West Lakes down there in Adelaide, so g'day to everyone watching from Adelaide.
So a bit of a scrap on. Left half back for the NT ladies. Umpire circling, and he says, my ball. I'll throw this one up.
And the good news is that the rain, it is light now. It's certainly set in, but it's not as heavy as it was before. So hopefully some cleaner skills in the second half.
Definitely. I did go out at half time to see what the crowd was doing, and I just come back with a wet T-shirt on Cruzy.
There is a great crowd here rolling in, obviously, to watch the women's game and the men's game after this.
Lauren Gooden just got worried out of that one. The ball comes up to half centre wing. Goes inboard now. Here's Singh. She's been pretty good today. Gets a handball out. Bit of a throw in again. The umpire pings her too. So a free kick going the way of Chig Whitten.
As we mentioned, very famous surname at Glenelg. Kick towards the half-forward flank. She might get it back here, Chig Whitten. The handball came from Ellie Kellogg, their vice-captain. They can't get out of it. The tackling from the NTFL too good. And Jenna Singh.
Who's nice kicking
pretty good
action
game.
too.
Lovely kick. And a good mark too, taken under a little bit of pressure there by Lisa Roberts.
Well, Singh and Roberts are teammates in the NTFL. They play for Waratah Football Club.
Kick towards half forward. Gee, good stretch from behind. Almost took that Lucy L there for Glenelg. The umpire will call for a ball up as Ellie Shermer. In fact, it was Tessa Cohen gets up last, and she made sure the umpire noticed she was trying to get it out.
Absolutely, she was. Left half back now for Glenelg. The kick goes into the centre. Nice pressure coming out of the back. That tackle on Franson. Just managed to get the handball away. And they're back in and under. Iacono on the bottom of that pack. And she lays another tackle on Franson. And the umpire says he will ball it up again.
Just a bit more about Jenna Singh, who we call Aggie up here in the NTFL. She's from the Tiwi Islands and played her juniors for Tiwi Bombers and switching to Waratahs, but she won the league medal for the under-18 girls 2 seasons ago, so stepped up to that senior level and doing a great job.
Some serious pressure coming here from the NT ladies. They're just rolling forward, although it's chopped off at half-back now. Beautiful tackle. Umpire says play on, no prior. And that's Morris getting it out. A bit rush there from Letitia Jeffrey. Coughs it up. Window. Kick up to half forward, but again, it's the NT side with all the numbers. Hewitt flies, can't quite bring it in. That ball's nice and slippery. A nice handball in the direction of Cone. And just sitting here in the middle for the moment. Nice classic wet weather footy. We're away now. The kick inside attacking 50. Ward. She's had it on the string today. She's got a couple to her name. Well worried out of it though by Gervin, and the umpire says he'll ball it up.
Gee, there was a slick handball in there by Jenna Singh.
Absolutely.
I think the longer the game's gone, the better she's played.
And that combination of Bella Clark and Michaela Ward again, they combined for a goal early in the game, and looks like a good combo for the second half.
Ball's on the attacking 50-metre line for the NTFL. It's not going to go anywhere from there. for a moment anyway. The umpire calling for a ball up. 3-3-21, the NTFL. Glenelg 0-0.
And goal kickers so far, Michaela Ward with 2 and Lauren Gooden with 1 for the NT.
They would call that a double donut these days.
The old double donut is around on centre wing on the outer side. Ball comes inboard. Nice contest there. Looks to kick it up to half forward. Glenelg with the numbers, fires a handball backwards. It's Chigwigan again, she's been busy. Just manages to get Boots a ball, spinning pirouette style there from Tominski. And then just coughs it up again. Nice bump on. Glenelg player down at the bottom of that pack. Getting worried out of it. Here's Morrison. Jeffrey, the kick on centre wing now, but it's all cleaned up by Maddie Freeman.
Freeman goes up towards the half-forward flank. Molly Cooper playing close attention to her opponent, and then she applies a pretty strong tackle too. So she's held up that forward move for Glenelg. And I reckon her NTFL teammates will be happy with those efforts.
Yeah, and of course Madison Freeman was the club champion award winner in 2020. She's from Mount Gambier and a strong midfielder.
So unable to break away with the footy, Katie Stretter, wrapped up in a strong tackle, was applied by Madison Freeman. Young lady Liz was just telling you about, dashing away, and now Katie Stretter, but still can't get that effective disposal out, and eventually it's Sam Franson who gets the kick forward for Glenelg. Ball bounces just inside the attacking 50-metre line. Good Isabella Rapson, and she might follow up that good work with some more good work, and now the kick up towards the wing. Well done. Put it out in front of Lauren Gooden. Gooden gets the run of the football away from her opponent, then tries to brush off the tackle. Just got boot the ball as she was taking the ground. Katie Stredzer picks it up. That's about her third possession in the last minute. And the mark taken on the chest by Bella Clark.
Bella Clark up to half forward. This is a good build-up from the Territory girls. It's Ward. Has it bounced. It just hits the deck. It doesn't come back up, Ward. You've got to tap them ones on the deck. And a bit of a throw. So the free kick. We're going to Katie Streeter. No. Jazzy Hewitt will have a...
She can kick from 50 too. I'm not sure with a wet ball on a day like today, but I've seen her kick those goals from 50. So
get Michaela Ward at the top of the goal square here.
Here she goes, Jazzy Hewitt. That's where she heads. Michaela Ward flies from the side. Glenelg looking to wrap things up. Good pressure coming from behind. Ball on the deck. Morrison circling. Dangerous Morrison. Bit of soccer work. And Eliza Morrison... She's just dribbled that one through.
4 goes at that.
She did.
Bit of discussion between the umpires whether it was touched, as both players were there. But have a quick chat about it. Call everyone in, and hopefully we'll
We've
get
got
a
the
decision.
replay. Little toe poke there. There's 1. There's 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I reckon that's a sausage. No, touched.
Oh, unlucky there for Eliza Morrison. She's been fantastic today, and she'll work hard, you watch now, to try and get it back for another goal. So 7.5 minute mark of the third quarter here at TIO Stadium. It's Northern Territory 3-4-22 leading Glenelg yet to score.
I reckon that might have been a case of none of the umpires were sure. So they've gone the lesser option.
When in doubt, Molly Oldhouse fires a handball. Kick up the centre wing. Nice mark there taken by Jasmine Hewitt.
Well, I'm going to put my money on this, Stan. She'll kick this one.
No, but that was terrific footy all around. All 3 ladies you called in were brilliant.
They were. Absolutely they were. As Jasmine Hewitt lines up for her first of the day, and she goes back and absolutely drills it home. And the NTFL ladies extend that lead 4-4-28. Glenelg women's get to score. 8 minutes gone in the third quarter.
And Stan, your favourite player today, Molly Althouse, involved again.
Yep. Been terrific. We've got the replay here. Just the centering kick too. Spot on.
Yeah.
Put that to the exact spot that the coach probably would have been asking, I think.
Yeah, and we can see Eliza Morrison there hanging around to see if Jazz dropped it, but very safe hands indeed. So 4-4-28, Northern Territory leading Glenelg, yet to score. 8.5 minute mark of the third quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin for the Australia Day clash, Cazaly's Australia Day clash, and it's just fantastic to be here with such a great crowd today.
And I'm extra happy now because Oldhouse is in the ruck. I reckon her opponent, she's also a Molly. Molly Affolter. Was Molly versus Molly.
There's a Molly Cooper out there today as well, and for the NT, so a popular name.
Well, Molly Codling. Kick goes out towards a half-forward flank.
Stand the man.
The dad jokes are getting better here.
Jeremiah Kono was in the action. She couldn't take the mark. I reckon there was a high one in there, and the umpire agrees. Grace Mulvihill Earns a free kick.
Yeah, she's a tough cookie, though. She's plays a lot of sports across Darwin, touch football, elite sportswoman at junior level, and very tough cookie.
And I think you said best on ground in the grand final last year?
Yeah, in the NTFL grand final where Southern Districts beat Waratah for the crown there. She was best on ground at the age of 16, I think she was.
Defending hard here again, Glenelg, Ellie Kellogg, break the tackle. Got the handball away to Bates, and Bates kicks to centre half back.
Here's Molly Oldhouse. Look at that, how clean she is. She's went with the one hand again. Pulls it up. Glenelg under serious pressure here at half back, trying to clear that ball. Umpire circling, and we'll have a ball up.
And funnily enough, Stan, the NTFL grand final last season was played in similar conditions. We had a massive storm come through at half time, and the game got delayed slightly, and so the girls would be used to the wet conditions.
Well, Mulvey Hill certainly proving to be a bit of a mudlark.
Yeah. Stan, we're going to have to get you back up in Darwin for some more NTFL games. This commentary is elite today.
Absolutely off the chain. Tabitha May gets worried out of the contest at half forward.
Been super impressed with Tabby May today, Nico. She's the captain of Palmerston Magpies, and there's not much of her, but highly skilled and just puts her body on the line.
She has a crack, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She really goes into the contest nice and hard.
She's played a lot of rep football at a junior level, and you can just see it hold her in good stead today.
Molly Oldhouse doing the ruck work again, wins that one down. Just on the deck here, she goes and follows up her work, and nice work it is. Chittick around the corner on the right. That's a dangerous kick. And have a look at that. Jazzy Hewitt out on the lead. Takes a diving mark, and she'll go back and line up for a second.
She just committed to that and hit it at full pelt diving mark in the rain. And wouldn't this be great for the Northern Territory if she went back and kicked another goal, Stan?
Well, she's making a bid for best on ground honours at the moment.
Yeah.
She's been supreme in the ruck, and this could be her second goal in this term. Certainly got plenty of possessions around the ground as well. I'd venture to say a fair few more than the opposing ruckman.
Jazzy Hewitt, just a low sort of chiseler, doesn't quite get there. Streeter under extreme pressure coming from behind from Kellogg. Here's Glenelg trying to worry it out, but again, the pressure from the Northern Territory ladies is elite. And that one's through for a behind, and that was Lisa Roberts.
Well, you can see why Jazz Hewitt was drafted. She's Adelaide Crows and Gold Coast Suns, and she actually had never played football before until she moved to Darwin. She was a netballer, and she went down to training at St Mary's where she started, and didn't look back. I'm pretty sure I actually played in that game. I'm pretty sure she kicked 6 goals on debut, and we were like, where did you come from?
How many did you kick that day, Crizzy?
I think I was in the back. No, I did kick a couple that day, Nick, in the twilight of my career.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad from you. Don't mind you on the field, Cruzy. On and off field, you're a good operator. Here's Lisa Roberts.
You know what? I wish I was 20 years younger because I just love the footy and the opportunities that our female players have got these days.
Absolutely. Beautiful rundown tackle there from Chittick. Looks to fire around on the right in the Hewitt direction from behind. Can't quite pull it in.
Oh, great smother.
It was Alfalter getting that one out. The pressure again coming from the NTs.
Yeah,
out
hasn't
of
got
control.
It a bit early there
Yeah.
by Katie Stretter, but has been good today. As I said, coming back from a broken arm, only started playing again, a week or so ago. She won the NT Thunder Best and Fairest, and is always up there in the polling for the NTFL awards. So tough little cookie.
Taylor Scapins had the kick there for Glenelg out towards the boundary, over the boundary line, and a boundary throw in about 60 metres out from the NTFL goal. But this quarter, a replay of what we saw in the first quarter. This has just been in one half of the ground, and you can almost sense these NTFL ladies, they all want a piece of this at the moment. They're all trying to get themselves into the game.
Yeah, great pride playing in front of all their friends and family, as we see Gemma Iacono get that out the back and get it into the forward line.
Up to that attacking 50 again. Gemma Singh in the action, but bumped off the footy this time. Rennie Hicks had hold of it. She was tackled, lost it. Ball spills back towards Singh. Went the soccer off the ground. The whistle went at the same time. One of her free kicks, teammates will get a free kick at centre half forward. Is that Chittick?
Yeah, that's Amy Chittick.
Amy Chittick lowers the eyes, and it's going to come back though. Handy call by the umpire to bring that one back, because Chittick just turned that one straight over. But she'll get another crack, and that she does. Kick up to full forward. Glenelg with the numbers at ground level, although the pressure coming But free kick's been picked out, and it's going the way of Tess Andrews.
I've been impressed by Andrews today. I think she's really performed quite well.
Tess Andrews with a kick up to the outer centre wing. Numbers getting around the contest. Ikono getting it done again at ground level. It's another in and under player. She's a hard unit, and it's going to be pinged here, unfortunately.
And Glenelg making a change, their rotations. Number 22, Jess Bates, coming back on, and she's been great for Glenelg as well today.
Probably their best, one of their other best, Sam Franson, got that kick away from the wing. Footy in between centre and centre half forward. Pack of players over it. We'll get another ball up. I can see one coaching move I'd make if I was Glenelg. They've got Tamsin Morris down in the back line, and they desperately need a Morris Major. So get her up the other end.
You just wanted to say that, didn't you?
I did. They get the kick away towards the attacking 52. That was a nice gather on the run and a quick kick around the body on the left. Chance here for Caitlin Swanson. Now the pressure comes from the NTFL. Getting in there was Molly Cooper. Also working hard is Rhiannon Bush. Big pack of players over the top of this. Anya Bankovic also in there on hands and knees for Glenelg. Eventually the ball shoveled forward in the NTFL direction. Slippery conditions and it's tough. Ellen Tominski now for Glenelg. Kick deep inside their attacking. This is as far forward as they've been for a long, long time, but it was a magnificent tackle on Chelsea Packer. Swung her around in the complete 360. I thought I might have heard a whistle, but it didn't come. Glenelg scrapping hard. This is as close as they got it, and they want to get something out of it. Little snap around the body by Caitlin Swanson. Now only 5 metres out from the goal line here for Glenelg, and now they've got one on the board. Chelsea Packer gets it just before the three-quarter time siren.
Oh, great work there by Chelsea Packer. I actually thought the siren was going to beat them, so it's great to see Glenelg get on the board right before three-quarter time here at TIO Stadium. We'll go to the break with the NTFL 4-5-29 leading Glenelg one straight goal.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Head on in to Cazaly's Palmerston Club. Business meetings, coffee breaks, or just unwinding, Cazaly's has you covered. It's the perfect spot for a catch-up with friends, with stylish function areas suitable for any occasion. Sensational meals. Our family-friendly bistro has plenty of delicious options. All the latest machines in our modern gaming room. Get around the pool tables and prove your skills. Fancy a flutter? We've got full betting facilities available. Cazaly's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Hello, Charlie King here from the No More campaign. The campaign asks all Australians to say no more to family violence. The high and unacceptable levels of family violence in Australia are a national shame for all of us, but we can do something about it. We can link arms to symbolically show national unity. We can speak out against family violence, and we can encourage each other to be more respectful in our relationships.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Head on in to Cazaly's Palmerston Club. Business meetings, coffee breaks, or just unwinding, Cazaly's has you covered. It's the perfect spot for a catch-up with friends, with stylish function areas suitable for any occasion. Sensational meals. Our family-friendly bistro has plenty of delicious options. All the latest machines in our modern gaming room. Get around the pool tables and prove your skills. Fancy a flutter? We've got full betting facilities available. Cazaly's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Three-quarter time here at TIO Stadium, and the NTFL Women's are 4-5-29, leading the Glenelg Tigers 1-6. A goal right on the siren there for the Tigers as well. Don't forget, plenty more footy action happening here tonight at TIO Stadium at 6:30. Footy action continues with the NTFL Men's up against the Glenelg Tigers. 6:30 tonight right here at TIO Stadium. Still a quarter of footy to go here now in the women's game, though. At three-quarter time, the NTFL Women's are 4-5-29, leading Glenelg 1-6.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the final quarter of this Cazaly's Australia Day clash between NT and Glenelg. Was that a little yawn there, Stan?
Mid-yawn he was.
You can tell on board when the footy's not on during the breaks.
Stan's done a great job. He's called a couple of games today, and it's the NTFL women 4-5-29 leading Glenelg 1-6. Three-quarter time. What do you think coach of Glenelg, Jason Farrell, might have had to say to his team, Nico?
Get more goals and get them quick, because we're down by 3-4.
Keep it simple.
But Stan Coombs will get you underway here, mate, with the commentary.
NTFL get the first kick, and it's Dominic Carbone. Got it towards half forward. Another one scrubbed off the ground there by Letitia Jeffrey. Now a pack around it. Still heading in the NTFL direction, though. Eliza Morrison lurking around the outskirts of the pack. Eventually the handball went forward for the Bays, but it was snaffled by the NTFL. The pressure's still good, though. They're not going anywhere at the moment. Bella Clark trying to bust her way through, and eventually it is Glenelg that get a kick out to the wing.
I was watching the body language of Glenelg at the three-quarter time huddle, and it was really positive, so they'll definitely play this game out.
They definitely had a better quarter and a better end to it too, getting their first goal late and well right on the siren. As they're up in attacking 50 now, a bit of pressure coming in over the top. And I think that was Alfolter getting that ball out. And we'll have a ball up.
The coach had reason to be optimistic too. I mean, the wet conditions have made it low scoring. If they did come out and kick one straight away, they'd look at the scoreboard and go, gee, we're only a couple goals behind here.
We are on. Jazzy Hewitt winning that tap down. A good tap it was too. And Carbone just goes around the corner. Not a bad clearing kick. Well, puts a teammate under extreme pressure straight up. And a bit of a throw happening, some volleyball sort of vibes happening in there, and the umpire circling again, and we'll have another ball up.
But likewise, down in the NT huddle at three-quarter time, Coach Tarman Elliott and his assistant, Shannon Rusker, the girls were up and about. You could just see how enthusiastic they were to get back out there, obviously in front of a big home crowd here at TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Well, I thought we were about to get successive balls up. We might still, just as I was about to call it, the ball came out of the pack. Then straight back in under the group of players again. We'll toss it up about 55 out from the Glenelg goal this time. And they probably did a little bit of attacking down at this end in the second term as well. NTFL, well, caught in a good tackle just as they were about to get it out. And now deep inside 50 for Glenelg. putting up the hands. Mallory Nankervis couldn't mark. Recovery wasn't bad, but it's Glenelg to get the footy. The little kick around the corner, cut off by Rhiannon Bush. She'll send the NTFL, well, not forward, sideways. Oh, she was looking for Letitia Jeffrey, had to wait for it. That was an excellent spoil for Glenelg by Piper Window. Window now kicks towards the top of the goal square. The ball off hands. The Bays dive in over the top. That's Chelsea Packer. She can't take it. Morrison there to get it out for the NTFL, and she did so with Gemma Iacono.
Iacono fires it out, but it's coming straight back in with a bit of interest. Dropped mark right at the last second there by Packer. I just feel as though Glenelg is starting to come a bit. Stan, I'm not minding it either. The pressure's building. Ball comes back in, but it's Iacono again mopping up for the NT girls. Kick.
A player that can always find space, Iacono. She does the exact same thing in the NTFL game. She's just very reliable and loves to run off the ball and bring it out of defences. You see a fantastic tackle on Lauren Gooden there.
Piper Window.
Piper Window.
Piper Window following up some good work she did earlier, worrying Letitia Jeffrey out of the contest. So she's asked to play on now. Looks to go long. Inside attacking 50. Clean bowls everybody. And a quick kick coming out of there. Looks like it might be coming back in, though. It is. It's back inside that attacking 50. Hewitt. That experience showing there. Molly Oldhouse, she gets out in space, gets the ball forward. Nice bump coming there from Singh. It's Gooden in pursuit. Keeps her feet, does well. Just willing it forward. Up to half forward now. The NT girls. And a tackle coming in over the top, and the umpire pinging, holding the ball. It was a
bit unlucky.
Bit harsh, I would have thought. Stan?
Thought she did really well to move that ball about 60 metres without an actual possession.
Yeah.
A couple of toe pokes off the ground.
Yeah, your favourite player, Jess Bates, out there on the wing again, being good for Glenelg today.
Yeah, I would suggest easily their best. The ball on that scoreboard side wing, and this is good to see in this last quarter. They're really having to defend the NTFL Buffaloes. Glenelg are making a little bit of a bid here. And another little kick forward will get it up towards their attacking 50. Foot races on. Getting over there first was Lucy Armitage for Glenelg, but the kick out of defence by the NTFL has been cut off, and once more the Bays.
Nice punch coming over the top from Shannon. So Morrison with the kick. Nice fly and a nice mark there from Lisa Roberts. That experience coming through. So chucks it on the right. Kick up to half forward. Hewitt gets wrapped up in a tackle, manages to get hands to the ball. Now we've got a foot race. Singh just paddles it forward, keeps going off the deck, puts a little bump on, does nice, goes to ground now. And Glenelg looking to mop things up. Down there is Callock. The kick up to left half back. She has Maddie Freeman out there, instantly gets wrapped up. Streeter. A bit of a scrap on, nicely chopped off. There's some tired legs getting around out there, I would have thought. Nice, heavy, raining day. Hewitt, the hands, just off the deck again, Carbone. Up into the forward pocket. And it's Morris firing that kick out. And Millie Gentle has time and space.
Well, they will just back to the wing for Glenelg. Kick up to half forward. Did really well read by Isabella Rapson there for the NTFL. She could see that unfolding in front of her, and she got across and made the position. Glenelg have done well to hold it up and not let the NTFL get the ball any further forward. And I would think the umpire's going to come in, call for a ball up there. 4-5-29, one straight goal, 6.
Just on Izzy Rapson, she's repping the mullet out there. She's been in the NT News in the last week for Mullet of the Year. So,
has she?
Yes.
It's a ripping mullet, and I'll tell you what, if I wasn't going bald, I'd be trying to grow one exactly like hers, because I rate it quite highly, Stan, as the kick comes in, attacking 50 for Glenelg. A lot of pressure out there again. Spinning out of trouble on that occasion was Jeffrey. Glenelg with the numbers now. The quick kick, top of the square, set up, just touched.
Yeah, touch there by Rhiannon Bush. So the score 4-5-29 to the Glenelg 117. And Stan, if you think I'm joking about the mullet competition, I'm not. It is a legitimate competition.
A mullet competition. I don't want to get into a competition commenting about mullets. I'm not going to flounder around like that, or I'll end up with a flathead kick out of defence. Has been marked on the chest on the half-back flank by Claudia Fabry for the NTFL.
Fabry with a quick kick over the top, and it's just over the line. It'll be coming straight back in from Glenelg with the kick there, and I think Well, Lucy Earle's running off, thinking it's a boundary throw, but she's actually got the free kick.
Yeah.
That fingertip by Rhiannon Bush on the line back there, that could be pivotal in this. Glenelg are really making a bid. If they'd gone through for a goal and they could look at that scoreboard with another one on the board, I reckon they'd think they're a chance.
Game on, game on, game on. Lucy Earle up to half forward. Here's Armitage. Quick kick around the corner. And it's Bankjevic. This gets worried out by Rhiannon Bush.
Well, Rhiannon Bush is someone with Sandford women's experience. She plays for Norwood down there in the off-season. She's a Northern Territory junior, but she's in the Army, so she's travelled a lot around Australia with her work and has been flying into play for Southern Districts the last few seasons and has moved back again just recently to Darwin. So she'll know a lot of the girls out there today, telling everyone what to do.
So boundary throw in 5 metres around from the Glenelg goal. Old House doing the ruck work there. Nothing, a bit of a non-event in the end. Moldhouse quickly out of the pack. This one's going over the line, is it? No, it stays in for now.
Yeah.
That was, I can't believe it actually stayed in. The rain, the water played a big role in that one, I would have thought. So that's Packer firing the handball away. Quick kick comes out of the pack. Glenelg looking to go back in. Here's that mullet. Look at that.
Great pressure by Izzy Rapson.
Rapson with that mullet. Well, that's in the back.
He's going to call it a ball up. There was an attempt to roll the opponent in the tackle. I don't know if it succeeded.
And if you look at that vision in the crowd, you'd be forgiven for thinking it wasn't raining. Everyone in shorts and singlets up here in Darwin. Even though it is raining, it is a nice 30-odd degrees, Nico.
It's still stinking hot. Don't worry. The Old House winning that one down in the direction of Mulvihill.
Look at that.
Here she is. Old House puts it on the right, up the centre wing. Ooh. Nice contest there by both players. Quick kick out of that pack from Window. But NT girls again moving it forward. Here's Shermer. Goes off the grounds. Got some serious pressure coming around as she handballs that one straight over the line. And that'll be a free kick, I would have thought.
G. Payne.
So it looks like it's going to get the free kick. Lisa Roberts, is it?
Yes, Lisa Roberts. So the 10-minute mark of the final quarter here at TIO Stadium. Northern Territory 4-5-29, leading Glenelg 1-1-7.
I reckon that passage of play might have just sealed the result. They've got the ball where they want at the NTFL, and Glenelg need 2-3 real quick ones, and they're not going to get them while the footy's up there. Just inside the boundary line, unable to keep it in play.
Yeah, it's hard work in these conditions, isn't it, Stan, to get the ball up and down. But that being said, there's been some great skills out there today.
And certainly a better effort from Glenelg too. Probably the last 3 quarters. It was just the first quarter they got caught on the hop. If you look at the rest of the scoreboard, they're not too far behind. Look at that ruck contest between Oldhouse and Bankjevic. That was terrific stuff. Little handball slipped out for Glenelg by Piper Window. Had a lot of footy in this last quarter. The kick goes towards centre half forward. Molly Alfalter after the ball, but also in there just as strongly was Molly Cooper. So the two Mollys went at it. And whistle's gone with the footy at centre half forward. And we'll get a ball up.
That was Isabella Rapson, the Mullet of the Year nominee. Really getting that some nice tackling work done as the ball comes out here right in front of the commentary box. But it's Glenelg and it's Maddie Freeman. Puts it on the right. Just an average kick in the end. Dribbles forward inside, attacking 50 for them. And that one's touched over the line, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Rhiannon Bush last quarter. Been very
sensational,
good.
Hasn't she? Yeah, absolutely.
The ball hasn't been down there so much, but when it does, she certainly makes an impact.
I think I did do some research. I reckon she might have won the Gwyn medal in 2009.
When she was very young. She actually played in a premiership for Palmerston's only premiership, with Letitia Jeffrey, who's also out there. Tash Medbury, who's commentating the game after this. And, very good. She played NT rep when she was very young and still going in the year 2021, Stan.
Eliza Morrison trying to go again. She's had a nice game again. Glenelg clearing that one. Only as far as Carbone. Quick kick up to half forward. They're going in a bit harder now. They're stepping it up a notch, the ladies. There's just 4 minutes to go. Umpire circling on this one. He's put the whistle away now. And I reckon he'll be getting into it. It's Northern Territory Women's 29, Glenelg Women's 7. We've gone 12 and a half here in the final quarter at TIO Stadium.
Tess Andrews working very hard there. Good ruck work by Benchovic. She's got the tap down. She'll go back and try to have another go here, pulling the footy away. Almost succeeded. Bit of an arm wrestle there with Rennie Hicks. The umpire will ball it up. See Claudia Fabry come off for the Northern Territory and Letitia Jeffrey jog back on then. And both of them have been handy.
Ruckman. Hewitt's a really good ruckman.
She is.
She's sensational as a quick kick comes up.
She's so athletic, like she's just so mobile around the ground.
Yeah, she is, absolutely. She is a bit of a scrap on there in the left forward pocket for NT.
And her team, Pint, are leading the competition in the NTFL this season. They're undefeated so far after round 14, with St Mary's coming second. Buffs are up there as well, and Southern Districts, and so it's going to be a great finals series in a couple of weeks.
My boy Ricky Nolan getting the job done with the Pints women, isn't he, Liz?
He's Recruit of the Year, Coup of the Year by the Pint Football Club to take a men's premiership coach and player from St Mary's to Pint, and he's just revolutionised the Pints women program.
Absolutely he has. He's a good operator, Ricky. He'll be at home watching.
Absolutely great man.
Wouldn't been out of place being selected as an NTFL senior men's coach.
No, he coached St Mary's to a number of premierships, Stan. So
very knowledgeable football man. Footy up.
He was involved with NT Thunder women's program, and Katie Streeter got him to Pint. What a mark by Michaela Ward.
Took a few in the first quarter. The kick came forward to her from Megan Crawford. Ward looking to finish the game how she started. Couldn't get the ball out of her hands in the first quarter.
No.
We haven't seen as much of her in the next three quarters, but she hasn't had to do it. Her teammates have come to the party. Ball off hands, goes to the back of the pack. Little handball forward, slipped out by Lauren Gooden. Got it to Morris. Yes, it is Morrison. Morrison's kick up towards the goal square. The whistle went in the marking contest. Free kick, play on, goal, NTFL.
Grace Mulvale there with the goal, finishing it off for NT. 5-5-35, leading Glenelg 1-1-7, Nico.
Yeah, good build up there from the Northern Territory ladies, and they've extended that lead again.
And what about that mark by Michaela Ward?
Strong hands. Extremely strong hands.
Michaela plays for the Nightcliff Tigers along with Eliza Morrison, who we can see on screen there. And as I said, VFLW experience. She's a sister of Callan Ward, AFL player, and she's been fantastic today. So goal kickers today, Michaela Ward with 2, Grace Mulvale with 1, Jazz Hewitt with 1, Lauren Gooden with 1 for the Northern Territory, while Chelsea Packer for Glenelg has kicked her team's only goal.
Better give mention to Gemma Kuzak too in that passage of play. She was the one who got the free kick, but her teammate the awareness to play on.
Jenna Singh with a quick clearance out of that middle of the ground there. It's Gooden. Gets wrapped up in a tackle. Yeah, she's pleading with the umpire. He's having none of it, saying you're holding the ball. It's done just over 30 seconds to go.
Tamsin Morris, she debuted for Glenelg at just 15 years of age. Good effort, isn't it? Gemma Iacono again, chopping it off across centre half back time and time again.
She plays, we are both Essendon supporters, me and Gem, and we both love James Hurd, I reckon she plays like him too.
It's just like me and Stan are Geelong supporters and play like Gary Ablett, don't we, Stan?
Yeah.
We can't help our good taste. It was one time right at the end of the year I wished I wasn't barracking for it.
Yeah, it's a bit devastating, wasn't it?
That's how it goes. You got to get in them. There you go.
Full time here at TIO Stadium in Darwin, and it is the home team, the Northern Territory Football League, 5-5-35, who have defeated Glenelg 1-1-7. A great game. Stan, how did you see it?
Look, the first thing I'll mention is you can hear the appreciation from the crowd about that one. Look, I think they set that up right from the first quarter. They came out of the blocks. Michaela Ward was the go-to.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. History made here at TIO Stadium this evening. The first ever women's Northern Territory representative side winners over the Glenelg Tigers 5-5-35, beating the Glenelg Tigers 1-1-7. Stick around, we'll have our best on ground presentations coming up next. And of course, don't forget, just after 6:30 tonight, it is the men's rep side taking on the Glenelg Tigers. Presentations coming up next.
Took a couple of big strong marks, so great game to her and a great game by both teams in the end. It was good to see Glenelg sort of fight back in that third quarter, but NT Women's too strong in the end.
And absolutely. And how good is it to see rep footy back in the Northern Territory, the traditional Australia game match in the women's competition for the first time. It's been a long time. It's been fantastic to have Glenelg up here, and the game was played in great spirit as we see both teams embrace each other at the end of the game. It's been a pretty tough 12 months for everyone in football around Australia with the COVID restrictions, and we've been very lucky up here in Darwin, and fantastic to host Glenelg today, and we hope that this continues. So my name's Liz Cruz, Stan Coombe and Nick O'Reilly. Fantastic to have you in the box today. There were some classic dad jokes and banter.
There was.
Very enjoyable, and so we hope Glenelg come back for some more of that. We'll hand back down to the ground announcers now, and we'll listen to the best on-ground announcement. Thanks everyone for joining us on the NITV broadcast.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to announce that today's Best on Ground, well, we have two winners from the NTFL Women's. It is Michaela Ward and Jasmine Hewitt. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please keep the applause coming as Michael Barfoot presents the winning shield to our winning Northern Territory Football League. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you've just joined us, welcome to TIO Stadium for the 2021 Cazaly's NTFL representative clash. We'd like to take a moment for our special mention to Cazaly's Palmerston Club, who are not only the AFL-NT's premier partners, but also the naming rights of the newly resurrected NTFL representative game in 2021. We'd also like to take this time to thank our integral sponsors who helped make today what it is. Our naming rights sponsor, Cazaly's Palmerston Club, major sponsor, TIO, and of course our NT representative squad players sponsors in LJ Hooker, De Silva Hebron, RMI Security and Plumbing NT, and of course our broadcast partners, NITV, Kick Digital, Mix 104.9 and Hot 100. It does give me a great pleasure to AFL-NT to welcome you to the 2021 Cazaly's Australia Day Clash. The title match coming up very shortly, with the best of the NTFL men's side will soon take on the Glenelg men's side here at TIO Stadium in just a few minutes' time. Would you please give a warm territory welcome to the Glenelg Football Club, led by Captain Max Proud. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in 15 years, the best of the NTFL men's representative team, led by Cameron Islet. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together, make as much noise as you can for the NTFL! Well, ladies and gentlemen, for a special welcome to country, would you please welcome Richard Fijo, accompanied by Les Huddleston on the didgeridoo.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Richard Fijo. I'm a Larrakia man of direct male descent of the Larrakia from my father, my grandfather and my great-grandfather in what Aboriginal culture calls grandfather law. We, the Larrakia, are the traditional owners and custodians of Darwin and its surrounding regions, and we've always been a welcoming people. We play host to everyone who lives here or visits Darwin, and we take a lot of pride in that. So I'd like you, as Darwinites and proud Territorians, to help me play host to Glenelg for the Australia Day match. Please let them feel welcome. You have come by way of Larrakia land. You'll hear the voices of our ancestors, and when you leave, you'll take the Larrakia message with you. Reverend W. Fijo, may the best team win. Thank you. I would now like to introduce my colleagues, Les and Hudson.
Well, a very big thank you to Richard Fijo and Les Huddleston for that very special welcome to country. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please now be upstanding and welcome Felicity Lamberton for a very special national anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, a beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every sage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Well, thank you very much, Felicity. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated with play just about to get underway in a couple of minutes' time here at TIO Stadium. Tonight's coin toss will be performed by the team from Cazaly's with Matt Hewer and Ted Liddy. We will let you know the result of that in just a moment's time. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax and enjoy for the first time in 15 years the NTFL men's representative side up against the Glenelg Tigers.
Thank you, Nev. Thank you very much. Good to be here. Introduce the commentary team. Tash Medbury with us again. Tash, welcome.
Thanks, Charlie.
And Gilbert McAdam, of course, 111 games in the AFL for St Kilda and Brisbane, 85 games with Central Districts, 1989 Magarey medalist. Gilbert, welcome.
Good to be here, Charlie. Looking very forward to the game. And Tash, I'm really excited. It's good to be back in Darwin. And yeah, it's been a long, long time to see this back, the Australia Day game as we know it. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great evening, hopefully.
We had a storm rip through here about a couple of hours ago, Tash, didn't we? And it's gone now, but hopefully we don't get any more rain.
Yeah, bucketed down, Charlie, half-time during the Red Tails and the Big River Hawks game. And unfortunately, the girls had to go out there with the ground a little bit flooded, but the girls did really well and they got the win on the board, Charlie. So it's just good to see the ochre colours running out there, as Gilly said. And I remember as a young girl at Gardens Oval when looking up to the legends there, and that's what got my heart racing for footy.
NT Women 5-5 beat Glenelg 1-1 in the earlier game here. It was Alice Springs team come up to play. A Catherine team here in the Red Tails from Alice Springs prevailed 12 goals 18 to 5 goals 10 against the Big Rivers. The Big Rivers will be smarting. The Red Tails will be bragging for at least another year before they get a chance to play each other again. It was a good game. It looks fantastic. Weather's fine. As I said, I don't think we're going to get any rain.
It's drizzling still just a bit, Charlie, so just out there it's just light rain, nothing like what we got before, but you can just see it's just starting to drizzle just a bit.
Well, that's the worry when you come up here to play too, Gilbert, isn't it? You're either going to get wet weather or it's going to be sultry, hot and steamy.
Well, I think the most important message there is that we've had rain before the game's actually started.
Yeah.
And I reckon there's already wet and dew in the ground, so already they're going to have to start from straight away scratch. As soon as the ball's bounced, they've got to play wet with a footy.
Yeah.
They can't afford to muck around with handballs. It's about getting the ball from hand to feet as quick as possible early in the first 5-10 minutes. That's what they need to do so they can make an impact. Whoever does that first, they're going to start the game well, I reckon.
And usually the scoring end is the end to the right of your screen. That's normally what's called the airport end, but there's normally the scoring end, but not always. That's the trick, isn't it? You think it is, but it's not always.
Yeah, no, looking forward to this game, Charlie, and we've got two dominant ruckmen as well, and Jack Hanneth and Maddie Dennis going hard at it as well in this game. So looking forward to how they challenge against each other in the middle.
How would you be if you was Vivi and you was Marlon Motlop playing for Glenelg against your countrymen? You've got family members in the AFLNT. How excited would they be, Charlie? Or that just adds a bit of spice to the game. That's what we want to see.
I reckon we'd see the Motlops. Their heart would be for the NT as well, but they'd definitely be there cheering Marlon Motlop. So it'd be a very hard game to cheer for the Motlop family because, of course, you've got Marlon out there playing. But legends of the Motlop family, of course, played for the NTFL team. So it's a.
Who's Mo going to barrack for?
I know. That's
who's he going to barrack for? Is his heart going to follow his heart, or is he going to follow his son?
Speaking to the cousins.
Yeah.
They're going for Glenelg.
Are they really? Oh, well, we might have a little Motlop cheer squad out there tonight.
So Jack Hanneth looks like he's going to do the rucking for Glenelg. Tash, who's going to do it for the Territory side? Big Matt Dennis.
Matty Dennis, the only representative out there from the Palmerston Magpies, and having a ripper of a season, even though Palmerston have only won a couple of games. But
Harley Purantata Mary there on camera. You just saw him. Tash, get us away. Rep footy for the first time in 15 years.
The umpire throws it high. Matty Dennis does win the tap down. It's a hot footy there, picked up by Cetus and kicked away there by the NT player in Simon Bates. Good chain of handball here. Gets it back to Emery. Emery goes without it. Good pressure there. It's in the back. So Emery gives away the free kick and the Tigers can clear defence here, Charlie.
So short kick by Glenelg out wide into the hands there of Curran. Curran goes searching along the wing. The kick was okay. They had front position. Couldn't take the mark. They were under real pressure was Lockie Hosey. Pack comes around it. Ball stuck in there. It won't come out. Now it does. Thunder escape with the footy. Kick around the body's pretty good. Vacant half forward line. Didn't get it over the top though. Thunder Territory get hold of it. I'm calling them Thunder, but it's Territory Buffaloes, isn't it? The Buffaloes get the ball down. Harley Purantata Mary a chance. Confronted by Chris Curran. Whistle goes. Umpire finds a free kick at the 50 and it's going to go to the Territory side. Indeed it is. And into the hands of Harley Purantata Mary. Long way out from goals. Outside 50. Kicks to the top of the goal square. Good looking kick. Glenelg in front position, fisted away, ball goes to ground, handball came out, very cleverly done by Colour. Hard run at the footy, then Partington. He didn't get it. Stack over the top. It is wet weather footy, Gilly. Exactly what you said. Kick out of the pack, goes out of bounds on the full. No, it was touched. But they're playing wet weather footy. Yeah, you can see it.
Absolutely. And Glenelg, they fumbled the ball about 5 times then. That's a classic example how it's going to be. You don't want to be mucking around trying to handball. You just want to get it first used to the foot and move it forward quickly as possible.
So the ruck set here, boundary throw in. So Hannah against Dennis. Neither ruckman to their advantage there. So Glenelg under pressure, just a up and under kick and hope, trying to clear it. McLean goes without it. Good hit put on the Glenelg player. And a good smother as well. So back towards the forward line here for the Buffaloes. Tackled without the footy, I thought. The umpire says play on. Again, just a kick and hope, and Brew will take the mark here for the NTFL team. So just looking what he has ahead. Eddie's calling it, so that's Brett Eddy. So 3 against 1, and a good fist in there, as a defender does, and that was Max Proud, and he is the captain for Glenelg as well.
Yeah, just currently, if you look at the field, or every player on the field, they're all virtually centre half forward to the goal square of the AFLNT scoring zone. So Glenelg, they're flooding right out the back 50.
So throw in, good crowd here too watching this. Glenelg in defence, couldn't get clear. Tackle was hard on the McCarthy, put him to ground. Hurried kick come away by Martini. Parked underneath the footy, couldn't take the mark, was Simon Bates. Kick come out of the pack down towards the goal line. Running back in defence, strong mark taken down there with Proud. Max Proud, the skipper, squirts it out wide along the boundary line. Glenelg look good in defence, short kick searching for Curran, finds him. So Curran with the footy now, he's in the back pocket. Over on that far side of the ground, goes searching towards the boundary line. 1-on-1, ball hits the ground. Glenelg trying to get to it, putting some hard work in was Edwards. Didn't get it. Big tackle laid on there by Colour, and the umpire comes in and balled it up and going to the ground. I think might have been Cameron Eilert, the territory skipper there.
Good pressure by Edwards to hold the ball in close to the 50.
Matty Dennis did well to work his way in front. Ball comes out the back, kicked forward by McFarlane. That's Dane McFarlane. So it's going to trickle over the boundary line in front of A-Bank is there for the NTFL team. So another throw and a lot of stoppages so far, Gilly, in the first 3.5 minutes of the game.
Tash, you just took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say it's only earlier. We've already had 5 throw-ins, so we're going to be a few throw-ins today or this evening.
So we've got there now, Eddie contests the ruck. Harley Punatunamary tries to burrow in, and Brew again will take an uncontested mark right on the 50. So well beyond his range in this weather.
Love his mullet.
Although he's gone back, Charlie, like a bowler here. He's going to back himself unless he's going to wait for a lead here. But Glenelg have flooded back, as Gilly said earlier. So he's going to have to kick it from 55. He does. It's up and under. It's going to land in the hot spot. Number of Glenelg players there. Fist from Hannett. Marlon Motlop gets his first touch. Tries to get the handball away. Can't. Under enormous pressure here, Glenelg in the defensive half. Good body work. Bates can't get the footy, nor could Marlon Motlop, and a number of NTFL players here, so they can switch the play, Charlie, through the midfield.
Lant goes into the midfield, good kick, got the run around going. Handball was off to McFarlane. Handball over the top now. Another handball, so they're doing it pretty well, the territory. They're just inside the square, got a half kick away. No one got clear possession. Handball was clever, came out by Bailey. Kick up towards the centre of the ground. Hard running at the footy there by the Northern Territory side, but they didn't get it. This time a chance here for Colour. Got it out wide, and a runner going forward here is Durden. Durden can chip it out wide. He's got a player out there in space in shot. Shot gets to it. He's got some acreage in front of him. Gets onto the right boot. Powers it down inside 50. Front position down in defence. Good strong mark taken back there for the Thunder, for the Territory side.
Looking to switch the play here. Gets it out to Jared Stokes. Just a kick over the top. Got a running player all by himself. Just holding up the play here. I think that's Newman. No, that's Bowles, sorry. That's Daniel Bowles from the Nightcliff Footy Club. An early jump there. The umpire's going to pin him for that. It's an unrealistic attempt. So the free kick is going the way of Paredes.
Good to see Vivi. He's just come on. He's been on for the last 30 seconds, Tash.
So kick to Brody Philo. Won the Nichols medal, the best and fairest medal up here last season. Brooming kick. So underneath it is Kyle Emery. Can't take the mark. Rue is in there. He started the game really well, and he's earned the free kick. Got a number of touches already. So Philo's asking for a lead. He doesn't have that, and just dummies around one. Put himself under pressure. Just managed to get the kick away, but Glenelg can clear it. Just on the defensive 50, so a free kick, and Glenelg are going to have a bit of time to clear this footy, Charlie.
Yeah, ball in the hands here of Klusky, goes at right angles across the defensive 50 arc. Handball goes back. Oh, turned it straight over. Gave a chance here for Eddie. Eddie fires away at goal from a long way out. Oh, it's a good kick. And then it just at the last moment, it might have just touched the post as it was going through. And a minor score. The first score has taken nearly 7 minutes of play.
Yeah, well, that was a skill error there by Glenelg, you know, back 50.
He's just kicked it straight to the fella that tried to have that shot on goal was Brett Eddie, so just a poor kick.
2 skill errors in the space of 10 seconds. It could cost them the first goal of the game for the Buffaloes.
I think that was Brad McCarthy with the kicking out duties there for Glenelg. Brett Eddie, leading goal kicker, I believe, up here. Competition. Looks good off the boot. The umpire hardly moves. He's got the first goal on the board. He's got the first goal of the game. Just after 7 minutes here, and the NTFL are leading Glenelg.
Yeah, great start by the AFL NT Buffaloes. They've started the game off. There's no way. There's definitely dominated the first 10 minutes or so. So as we see the error, just a shocking skill error, and that's what Glenelg will have to be careful of. They've made 2 errors, resulted in a goal. The skill level of the Buffaloes at the moment just seems to be a bit better than Glenelg. Seems like Glenelg is still trying to find their way. And I don't know about their tactics of flooding back, because when they get the quick kick out, there's always 3 or 4 AFL Darwin players there. So they have to have a look at that, Tash.
They're back in the middle.
So that's Westerberg in the ruck. Vivi went against him. Good to see Vivi, territory player there, playing for Glenelg, but sending it forward. Simon Bates, he's a good kick of the footy, down towards the 50-metre line. Ball caught there, and a whistle has gone from the umpire, and he's found a mark or free kick to Glenelg deep in the back pocket.
Buffaloes are winning the clearances as well from the centre bounces.
Kick along the boundary line. The ball came off hands, running hard at it and didn't get to it. Klusky, handball goes back, did well through Edwards. Little chip kick forward. Left it behind. Now Glenelg got some chances here. They'll use the handball. They've done that cleverly. Their defensive work's been pretty good, although they've conceded a goal. Here's some hard running from Cetus. Brilliant player Cetus. Now into the hands of Condon.
That was lucky.
Condon chipped it out wide and gave it off to Searle.
Their defence is good, but their skills, they need to pick up on their skills, Charlie.
So Searle hits his teammate McCarthy. Still in the defensive half here, Glenelg. What does he have on? Just a poor kick again. So Paredes chopped it off, but Glenelg win the footy back, coming through the midfield. Well done. And a good hand in there by Newman. But Glenelg have the footy. Marlon Motlop has it now. Dances around 1, dances around 2, has a snap. And it lands in the arms of the NTFL player. He tries to shovel it towards the behind, but they keep it in play here. Dangerous here for the defensive unit for the NTFL, and a snap kick across the face of goal goes out of bounds deep in the forward pocket, so it's going to be a boundary throw in. Charlie, they had an opportunity there, Glenelg.
Yeah, didn't use it well enough, did they?
That was great pressure by that Glenelg player that turned the ball over and caused the kick to go out of bounds. So good pressure by them.
Well, they've gone a long way back here for this throw in. Now they're going to have to run 5 metres in towards it, knock back over the back. Big tackle laid on there. That was Searle. Under pressure, goes to ground ball and all.
Cameron Eilert, he's led by example, the skipper.
Yeah.
Great tackle there.
So Territory appealing for a free kick. They're not going to get that. Here's the ball up. Liam McBean involved in it. Handball came out. Snap around the body for Glenelg. Goes down towards the goal line. Ball hits the ground. Down there was Searle. He didn't get to the ball. It's rushed through for a minor score. And McLean comes away with it. Short kick from defence.
So Braden McLean to Shawnee Edwards. Edwards sticks to the boundary line. And again, just good footy. That's a good mark in these conditions.
That's what Buffaloes have to do, Tash. They have to move it fast from defence. They can get Glenelg caught out.
So Newman kicks it up the line. Kyle Emery was there, but it's fisted over the boundary line underneath the scoreboard. So another boundary throw-in, another stoppage. 11-minute mark. NTFL 117. Glenelg just the 1 point. As we see Brett Eddy there against his opponent, Toby Pink. So the ruckman here, Neil VV and Matty Dennis.
So the game really hasn't settled yet, has it? It's
a bit of an arm wrestle, isn't it?
It's feeling its way. VV in front position here will get there and does the ruck work. He's bulked up a bit since he went away. Neil VV plays for Wanderers in the local competition here, played in a premiership side for them.
Him and Dennis would have had some battles in the local competition, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they'll do it all again. Here's Matty Dennis front position. VV, well, he got to the front position, didn't get his hand on it though. Ball goes to ground. Kick off the ground for the Territory side. Spillage comes out wide to McCarthy. Run through the 10. Harley Purantatameri got to him, put a real big tackle on him. Martinis looks like he was going to get the footy, but it went instead to Harley Purantatameri.
Great tackle, wasn't it?
Tiwi Islander.
He didn't give up, did he?
Well, it's good to see a little speedy player do that sort of, instead of using it for his pace, he's using it for his tackle and his defensive game, Charlie.
Good work there to Yates. Martini was a chance to get to that. He didn't. Now he's a chance. Gets it. They get to him. Hold him up. Ball and all. Pack comes over the top. Umpire will come in and ball it up. They're just about 10 metres out from the Northern Territory goal. They lead 1-1 to a point.
I like that move when they put Vivi on in the ruck, because earlier on Glenelg were getting carved up in the centre square. Vivi's actually steadied them down a little bit.
VV's good because he actually becomes a rover when the ball hits the ground. Very
he's making a contest of it. That's what he's doing, Tash.
So Glenelg clear it, going to go close to the boundary line. The umpire call a boundary throw-in. That wasn't deliberate, just bounced that way. So directly under our commentary box. So still a bit of an arm wrestle. There's no been under the pump, the Glenelg defensive half, but they've managed quite well. So Dennis again with VV. Let's watch the body work here. Dennis works his way in front, but well read by the Glenelg player in cell. Picked up by Shawnee Edwards. Just boots it back to where the footy come from. VV, 2 fists to it. Brew is tackled with it. Then Dane McFarlane goes without it. Good hit by Marlon Motlock. There's a number of players around here. Motlock's taken to ground in the back, but the umpire says play on. A lot of hard tackling in there. Brady Philo clears the footy. Cameron Islet's there. So too is Sharonberg for Glenelg. Kicks it out wide. 1-on-1. That's well done by the Glenelg player in Bailey. Just kicked it out to space. So 1-on-1. Good body work there by Liam McBean. It's 2-on-1. He's still winning the battle out there, Liam McBean. It's close to the boundary line. They keep it in Glenelg. Pick it up the line. 1-on-1. Shawnee Edwards in there with a fist. Comes into the defensive 50. Good pick up there by Dom Brew. And a poor kick in. Shawnee Edwards just clears with a thumping kick, and the mark is taken out there by Jonty Sharonberg for Glenelg.
And goes short with it across field and gives it off to Hanneth. So Hanneth, and this out on the wing on that far side, scoreboard wing. Territory players in front position. Come out. That was a good handball too by Bailey. Rolls towards the boundary line. McBean will get there. Tried to get the kick away, smothered and out of play.
When Glenelg get in their forward 50, they've got to deliver it batter to their big man. They virtually kicked it to 2 AFL-NT players versus 1 Glenelg player. They've got to do better than that.
So good numbers here watching this footy match. They're desperate for some good rep footy, and they're seeing a pretty good game early on. Purantatameri looking for it. High tackle there. Umpire ignored it. Kick from a long way out. It's going to fade away. Came off the boot there of... was that Edwards? I'm pretty sure it was Jackson Edwards, yeah. Faded away in the end to be through for a point. So here's Lant to bring the ball back into play for the Territory Buffaloes.
So Lant plays for St Mary's in the local comp. Kicks it along. Matty Dennis is there. Claims the mark. I thought it come off Brew, but the umpire paid it. Handballs back to a teammate. Kicks it up the line. 2-on-1. Good work there done by Robert Turnbull for NTFL. Glenelg have the numbers. Just a fumble, just put him under pressure. Cameron Islet's in there. Harley Purantatameri started this game very well, kicks it to space, but the captain in Max Proud takes an uncontested mark for Glenelg.
And then stretches it out wide. Good looking kick too, measured it nicely and gave it off to Durden. So Durden's just outside the defensive 50, looks to go short, still not sure where to go. Now he goes back to where he intended in the first place and gave it off to a teammate standing alongside the boundary. Over on that scoreboard wing, 16 and a bit minutes gone. Only goal to the Territory
dangerous
side. Kick across field is dangerous, cut off by Cam Eilert. Sensational player, this man.
Another turnover, Charlie, for Glenelg.
Short kick, just barely the 15 metres, but it was a high tackle anyway.
The Buffaloes are handling the wet conditions better than Glenelg at the moment, so Glenelg need to step up.
Back chatting the umpire, so it's 50. That was a player on the mark there for Glenelg, Luke Partington. I think that was Charlie.
Well, you wouldn't want to be the coach of Glenelg because he wouldn't be happy with that. Like now he's right in front, Tash, and he'll kick it.
So Turnbull from directly in front goes in and kicks the goal for the Territory side. So they stretch the lead now. 2 goals, 1 to 2 points.
Yeah, like I said, Brett Hand, the coach of Glenelg, obviously was connected to the AFLNT through the Thunder program, and look, it's great for him to probably come back to here. He coached St Mary's, I believe, back in the day, so
yep.
I reckon it's a great relationship that they could have with a Sandford club in Adelaide.
I think he got a premiership or two, didn't he, with St Mary's?
Yeah,
Charlie?
he did at least one, and he coached Thunder as well, didn't he?
Yep.
And then went to the Giants and then finished up at Glenelg.
And he knows the conditions, so I'm sure he should have let the Glenelg players before the game about the conditions, because you can't fiddle with it. You've got to move it on.
So Matty Dennis just takes it out of the ruck, kicks it for Cameron Eilert with a beautiful chest mark. Plays on quickly. That's what Gilly wanted him to do, but just dropping in the hole there. And that should be 50, but dropping in the hole, very courageous. He knew the pack was coming, and that was Chris Curran.
I don't think that point, no, the point's not going to count. They brought it back, and the ball's going to be given to Curran.
Probably lucky not to get a 50 there.
Yeah, I thought so as well. So Curran finds his teammate, Colour. So Colour, who's got a teammate out wide, but it's going to drop short, and Cameron Eilert again with the intercept mark. He's got a player all by himself. That's Harley Punatunameri, and it doesn't get there, and it's chopped off well by Reed Colour for Glenelg.
So Culler's having an influence on this game. Had a few touches in this first term. He's a lefty, kicks it well, keeps it alongside the boundary line, finds the teammate there in Reynolds. So Lukey Reynolds, he'll go short as well. The kick was okay. It just spilled the mark. Gave a chance there for Bowles to get it. Little push out. Finishes up with Condon. He went further and gave it off to Marlon Motlop. And Motlop from the wing kicks up the half forward. Late getting there was McBean, knocked it towards the boundary line. Shawnee Edward gets it for the Territory side and rushes it out of play.
Charlie, when they kick it Glenelg into their forward players, there's only one player there. They've got to have someone crumbing the ball because there were 3 Buffalo players, 1 Glenelg player. They've got to have numbers.
They're not reading that the ball's actually heavy and it's dropping short as well. They're waiting for the ball to come that little bit longer.
And just front and centre.
Yep.
And just be there and wait. And if it comes to you, you get it. If it doesn't, you tackle.
Need to get numbers at the footy. That's one of the things they need to work on. So Zach Westerberg is in the ruck now against Hannah. So boundary throw in. Push and shove there, but Hannah won the tap down. Picked up by Cetus. Umpire says play on. I thought he was taken high, but good call in the end. Another stoppage. Didn't gain too much meterage there, Glenelg. But everything counts at the moment, especially in these conditions. Cameron Eilert Westenberg did well not to give away the free kick there. So a number of players in there. The ball comes out the back. Jared Stokes is there. So was Josh Cabillo. Dane McFarlane goes without it. Glenelg here are on. They got numbers on the outside, but well read by Jared Stokes. And another ball up, Charlie. Let's see if you can clear the stoppage.
Glenelg's doing well here. They're out of season, aren't they? And they've only just met their coach for the first time, and they're looking pretty good.
They're getting a lot of the ball, but
high tackle there on Liam McBean. I think he's going to get the free kick.
Dylan Lant just, with these conditions, a lot of people were sliding, Charlie, so I don't think he expected the big fella to get down that low.
It's almost like they're hoping to get this goal, because it's almost like if you don't get that first goal, it's almost like you're...
Yeah, especially in the first quarter.
Yeah, because you want to make a statement early, and obviously the Buffaloes have made a statement early, which is great, and that's the start that they needed. Glenelg need to answer, and they need a goal right now. I know it's only early, but you don't want to let them get too far ahead.
He's a goal shooter, this man, Liam McBean. He goes back, Kicks at goal, looked pretty good off the boot. Goal umpire has a bit of a look at it. They're happy with it. McBean gets the goal for the Glenelg side. It's taken most of the first quarter, but they've got the goal they wanted. Gilbert.
Yeah, Liam McBean, he's been a great player. He won the Ken Farmer medal in the Sandful back in 2019 and this year. So, look, he's a weapon up forward, and they could do with some goals from him tonight, that's for sure.
The errant tackle on him gave him the free kick, and he made them pay. 202
centimetres, Charlie. That's two. He's 2 metre Pete, 2 metre Liam.
Wow.
Gee, we grow them tall these days, don't we?
So Hanneth and Westerberg. Umpire throws it up. Westerberg wins it down. First at the footy was Tom Schott, but he went without it. Now Paredes, good left foot kick. Cammy Eilert was working his body well, but a free kick is going the way of Brett Eddie. Yes, so Eddie is getting the free kick. Because I thought they were holding on to each other there, but the umpire, no, it's going to Cammy Eilert. So Eddie tried to steal it from him, but Cameron Eilert's got the free kick. Probably prefers having shots on goal. And no, and it's 50. Back chat again. Geez, what would, Gilly, if you were the coach, what would you do to your players?
Well, straight away, right now, I'd get him off the ground and I'd be having a quiet little word to him and let him have a little think for 5 minutes, and then I'll say, you'll be back on. Have a think about what you've done, because you've just cost us another goal.
So that's Cameron Eilert. So he's drilled it through. So Northern Territory team has their third 22 minutes gone in this first quarter.
And 2 of those goals have come from 50 metre penalties.
50 metre penalties, 2 undisciplined acts. I call them unforced errors, Charlie. They're not forced errors, they're unforced errors. So there's no need for it.
And he wasn't a surety of kicking that goal.
It should have been play on anyway, because I don't believe that he was actually older than Cameron, but the umpire made the call and they should have just kept their mouth quiet, but they didn't, and they've got another goal against them after they just kicked that first goal.
So they come out of the middle with a dribble kick, rolled out towards the wing. Front position down there and working hard was Searle. VV in this, can he get it? No, it doesn't go to him. Instead it goes to Klusky just as a siren brings it to a close. So tough quarter of footy, but the Northern Territory side have the lead at quarter time. 3 goals 1 to 1 goal 2.
Love exploring the Territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Head on in to Cazaly's Palmerston Club. Business meetings, coffee breaks, or just unwinding, Cazaly's has you covered. It's the perfect spot for a catch-up with friends, with stylish function areas suitable for any occasion. Sensational meals. Our family-friendly bistro has plenty of delicious options. All the latest machines in our modern gaming room. Get around the pool tables and prove your skills. Fancy a flutter? We've got full betting facilities available. Cazaly's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Hello, Charlie King here from the No More campaign. The campaign asks all Australians to say no more to family violence. The high and unacceptable levels of family violence in Australia are a national shame for all of us, but we can do something about it. We can link arms to symbolically show national unity. We can speak out against family violence, and we can encourage each other to be more respectful in our relationships.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Head on in to Cazaly's Palmerston Club. Business meetings, coffee breaks, or just unwinding, Cazaly's has you covered. It's the perfect spot for a catch-up with friends, with stylish function areas suitable for any occasion. Sensational meals. Our family-friendly bistro has plenty of delicious options. All the latest machines in our modern gaming room. Get around the pool tables and prove your skills. Fancy a flutter? We've got full betting facilities available. Cazaly's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
So the teams in their huddles out there, coaches talking to them. Gilbert, what do you make that first quarter?
Oh, I reckon it was a good quarter for the Territory side, and they dominated that quarter. Obviously, they've had four scoring shots to Geelong, 3 scoring shots. But I just think the skill level, just the way they started the game, they're definitely here to play tonight, and they really want to win. You can definitely see that. Whereas on the other hand, when you look at the Glenelg side, they just seem to be trying to work out the conditions, Charlie, and they just seem to be struggling a few times with the wet ball. So it's probably a good time to get the coach, Brett Hand, out there just to settle them down a bit and say, fellas, all right, now you've had a taste of it. You know what's happening. You don't want to muck around too much. You just got to move the ball forward as quick as you can. But more importantly, you got to have numbers at the ball, Tasha. You said that before. Yep. If you don't have numbers, because if the ball hits the ground, these